So I know this wasn't your favorite car, but I told you at some point I would have to do your car. I told y'all we would make you proud. Today's video, let's start it off with a fat thumbs up. Leave a comment down below saying how stoked you are, and let's get this Veilside kit out of the car. Some of you guys saw this coming from a mile away. Some of you guys didn't see it coming, but for those who did, big shout out to you guys. Probably one of the most requested builds we've ever gotten over the last 7 years on this channel have all been to do a Veilside Rx-7. I picked up this kit actually about 3.5 weeks ago, as some of you guys saw. I reached out on Instagram because I was trying to find one of these kits. I'll get into that in just a little bit, but these things are hard to get a hold of. And we pulled some strings. We found someone in the USA who never installed theirs. So without further ado, let's start getting the stuff out of the car. It's the most complex wide body system. It's not even a wide body. It's just a whole entire new body for a car. Let's get it unboxed. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Veilside kit, this kit was prominently seen in the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movie, where our good friend Sung, who plays Han in that movie, drove an orange RX-7 with a Veilside kit that infamously blew up in Shibuya and he died. That is what this kit is. And as you can see, I don't even know really how many pieces it is. We have a front bumper, we have a rear bumper, we have a hood. I think these are door pieces, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fender garnishes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that's not even including the new headlights and the wiring and the bulbs. Every single piece off of this RX-7 is gonna be replaced except for the roof. The doors even have a wide body kit. On the internet, I really struggled to find any install guides or any people on YouTube who have actually installed this. There's only a few videos online that are from 8 to 10 years ago. One of them is like from this garage in Japan, and then another one's some random guy in his garage building this, but I don't even know where to start. So it's definitely the most complex kit we've ever done. One of the reasons that I always ask myself, or I used to ask myself, is why do you not see people run the Veilside kit more often, and why do you not see it on the internet? Well, one, this kit cost $21,000, and that is before shipping. That's almost the price of an RX-7 alone. And then if you want to order it from Japan, they quote you like 5 months lead time to get your kit, which is a long investment of time. So I reached out to you guys on Instagram maybe a couple weeks ago. I tried to be as sneaky as possible and have it be up for as least amount of time as possible. And I said, hey, if anyone has a Veilside kit in the United States, let me know. I'm looking to buy one. Thankfully, one of you guys actually in Houston bought one of these cars, and then I think he had an RX-7, bought the kit for it, waited a year for it, and then didn't want to do it anymore, so we just had it in his house. He's like, yo, I have one. He actually drove all the way to Houston and dropped it off for me, and I purchased it off of him. They shoved all of the pieces inside this minivan and just did a straight haul. I was like, you could ship it and I'll pay for the shipping. He was like, honestly, dude, rather than just boxing up all of these pieces and shipping it to you,
way cheaper. We turned the hatch into a spoiler, so we had some nice downforce.
Wait, that was on the roof? Oh my God.
Hey, Voltex, call me up.
Wow. So we didn't have to do any wait time. I think this was the only kit in the US that wasn't installed, to my understanding. And you don't really see any of these things online at all. It's because they're so expensive, they're hard to get, and it's a very big job. Calvin has always wanted to do this kit. I'm really excited. I'm nervous. It looks challenging. It looks fun. I'm really pumped for what we have in store for you guys, and you've been asking for this for so long. So where do we start, Calv? I think that's like the real question. From the crappy video that I saw, they started with the rear hatch. I don't know if you want to start there.
I think that's a really good place to start. Putting on the hatch, because we know it's a fixed piece and we know where that goes and how it should look relative to the roof, which is staying. We could build our way around that and push when needed.
So like maybe we start there. I hope now that you guys are seeing this video, it kind of answers a few questions as why I got this specific RX-7. I wanted to pick an RX-7 that was already, I don't want to say like destroyed, but this one already has a wide body on it. The rear fenders have already been cut. And what's cool is every single panel off this car, I'll be able to resell. So we're not cutting up an already, you know, perfectly good FD body. And that's the reason why I didn't want to do it on my FD, because I don't want to cut mine up. I like my stock body, I love it a lot. And I wanted to try to find a platform that was already kind of set up to wide body.
I know what he's gonna say. It's a classic scene.
You may be asking yourself at this point in the video, damn.
Do we know if they know what they're doing?
How are they gonna install a Veilside kit? That looks so difficult.
Too many pieces.
Well, the secret is we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know shit.
I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of body work. I don't know where we're gonna start, but
we're gonna just strip her naked, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna remove all the panels. We're gonna strip her of all her parts.
We're gonna just start taking this car apart and we're gonna figure it out and you guys are gonna watch, so let's just jump right into it.
Jack her in.
Something really cool that I just found out, this car actually has authentic parts on it. I thought that this for sure had replica wide body pieces on it, but to my surprise, as we were taking them off, I noticed that all of them, the front fenders and the rear fenders are stamped with the Feed logo on the inside. So these are in fact authentic Feed front fenders and rear fenders, which is awesome. I'm actually running Feed side skirts. That's really cool. I did not expect these to be legit, which means these are definitely worth more than what I originally thought they were gonna be. Additionally, after taking a closer inspection at the front headlights, I thought that these front lights were gonna be replica RE Amamiya sleek lights, but they are in fact authentic. These are the same exact things as mine. You have the IPF headlights, and this actually came with a way nicer ballast. I didn't have any of this stuff, so it's cool to see it came with that. And then after taking a closer inspection at the buckets, these are the same brackets and all the same pieces. So I would say that these are also authentic. So it's cool to see us recoup some extra money back when we go ahead and sell all of these pieces. The front bumper, although I do not believe is authentic. There's no stamping on the inside. And also Mickey came out here and looked at it, and Mickey knows a lot more than I do. And even when he looked at it, he said, yeah, usually this front scoop into the like radiator would be a little bit longer. So our guess is that's fake, everything else is real, but that's pretty sweet come up. All right, it's the next morning. What I didn't show you guys in the beginning of this video is when we took off the Feed wide body kit off the RX-7, our buddy Quinn that works in here actually owns an RX-7, and he bought it and he's rebuilding it. Yeah, it needs a lot of work. So, but it's his personal project that he just does outside of work that he just works on over the weekend. Throughout yesterday, he came up and he was like, yo, like, how much do you want for it? And he was really interested in it. No, it's not his birthday. Okay. But, you know, I could sell that stuff for like thousands of dollars because it's all authentic stuff. He was talking to me and he was trying to see where I'd want to sell it at. And ultimately he was like, ah, man, I don't know if I'm willing to spend that much money. Like, I can't spend that much money on it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll figure it out. You can like give me payment plans or something on it like that. What I didn't tell him is, and I'm gonna do it today, I'm gonna try to go up to him and be like, okay, $3 grand, give me like 200 bucks a month, and I'm gonna see if he's gonna say yes. And all the boys at the shop are like, dude, yesterday he was like tripping out. He really wants that kit, but he doesn't think he can afford it. And he's like, he was low-key stressing, didn't tell me.
Oh shoot.
I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna find him, try to tell him I want like a really high price, and just be like, nah, I'm just playing with you, you could just have it. And he's gonna be super stoked.
It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn, it's your birthday apparently. So I'm gonna go find you, Quinn, and let's just give you this kit. All right, Quinn. Before the vlog has a chance to steal it from you, read it and weep.
Fujita Engineering, baby. Genuine kit.
Authentic.
Yes, let's go. I am beyond stoked.
We haven't come up with the price yet.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. It doesn't matter to me.
So it's like for all the pieces, it's kind of pricey. But I was thinking doing like 2,500 and doing like $200 a month or something.
I can do. If you want more, I can do. Like
Would you?
500 a month.
Okay. What if we did 2,200 and do like $800 a month?
That might be a bit much, but I could try.
You could have it for free. You could just
Really?
Have it. You could just have it.
13B all day, baby. I am so stoked. So,
Dude, Samsung.
this FD is my first JDM car.
Really?
Yep, and it's my first turbo car.
Damn.
So,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
stoked.
Yeah,
Genuine kit, baby.
I tried to
I
make
don't
you
mind
really
it.
uncomfortable. I was like, let's ramp it up. Try to like give you a better deal, but make it harder to fix. The only thing is, I know Mickey's after these lights, so you'll have to take it from him
Okay.
before he sees. He's like, can I get those lights off the back? I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm gonna sell everything, so it's kind of gonna be tough. You're gonna have to make me an offer, dude.
Get ripped, Nick. Sorry, bud. See you later, dog. Nice knowing you.
That is a lot heavier than it looks.
This is heavy. This is probably okay.
This wing, if it was like
It's
actual carbon
heavy.
fiber or like a nicer wing, yeah, you could feel a lot of weight on the back.
That was heavy.
That's cool, dude. We have a pickup truck. Have you seen those clips or like those? I've seen an RX-7.
It is a Ute.
Yeah, there's like an RX-7 pickup truck build.
That's really cool.
Wow, that's really interesting.
It's about to be cooler though.
Every panel off the car: hood, fenders, rear bumper, rear hatch. Calvin and I are going to start assembling some pieces on the car. Yesterday I just threw on this front fender just to see how it sit. It's in no way where it's supposed to be. But fitment looks like it should be pretty good. This is this is a very expensive body kit. One of the most expensive we've ever purchased. I think the only one that was more expensive was the Lambo and the Ferrari. That being said, this is a car that's a tenth of those prices, and this kit cost $20-something thousand. So I'm really hoping that the fitment on this is awesome. Two things I meant to note that for you guys is the guy who I bought it from said it didn't come with any hardware and he didn't get the badges for the Veilside kit. There's a bunch of spots on the kit that actually have a badge. There's front bumper, rear bumper, and I think there's one other spot. Oh, on the back of the wing. We're missing those pieces. I know for sure. I would have assumed it came with hardware, it came with the badges. I think the previous owner, he had the kit for like 2 years, never installed it or whatever. I think he just misplaced it or lost it, honestly. Or maybe it's in one of the Headlight boxes that we just haven't gone through yet. I don't really know, but I need to source those. I'm gonna have to go and get hardware for everything today or maybe tomorrow, but we're gonna start assembling today and see how far we get. But before I do that, I actually wanna call my good friend Sung. For those of you who don't know Sung, he played the character Han from the Fast and Furious series, most famous for the Tokyo Drift, which is what this car was really famous for. As I've gotten to become really good friends with him, he's suggested, or he told me that it'd be really cool if someone remade the Mustang with the RB, so we started that project, which is going to come to life later this year. And he also said the Veilside Rx-7 wasn't something that he always loved, but it's just what the, director to producers, what they wanted his car to be. He was always in love with the Mustang, which is why they ended up choosing that car for when his character died. That was like the car that was supposed to be in honor of him, but this was his car. He knows this car, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of get his reaction. So I'm gonna go ahead and FaceTime Sung, and I'm gonna show him the FD and be like, hey, do you have any ideas what we're doing today or what the secret project is? So we'll see what he says. I have no idea, but hopefully he picks it up and sees the Veilside kit. I just kind of want to get his reaction. Thought it'd be cool for the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a call right now. So I know this wasn't your favorite car, but I told you at some point I would have to do your car. So right here we have a Veilside kit, and we're gonna be starting the new build. I just got a brand new RX-7, and we are going to throw a Veilside kit on the car. But when it's done, I'm gonna need you to come and see it. I'm gonna need you to come and check it out.
For sure.
If I hadn't have met you and I hadn't have gotten to know you, I would never have done this kit. This kit means a lot, and the car means a lot because of the role that you had and the legacy you made. So I just want to say thank you, and this build's going to be dedicated to you.
Thanks, DJ. I'm honored, man. I can't wait.
I'm excited. I'm excited to show you. You'll have to come down and see it. That was dope to see his reaction, and we spent about 10-15 minutes just talking, and it's time to jump into this build. After that phone call, we're gonna jump into it. I'm glad I got to kind of share that experience with you guys. That guy is an amazing human. I got nothing but love for him, and he's such a cool dude. So this build's dedicated to him. Let's start putting some panels on the car. Okay, we are about to put the first official piece, starting off with what I think is arguably maybe one of the most ugliest looking pieces of this whole entire kit. I didn't see this on the car in Fast and Furious. I don't think it was on the car in Fast and Furious. I could be wrong, but we're gonna put the double panel Lexan hatch on the car. If this fitment is good, it will give me hope that the rest of the car will fit really well. The biggest piece, the heaviest piece. Apparently everyone saw this hatch. I never saw it with the hatch. I don't recall it ever having the hatch.
The hatch at all.
Okay, you ready?
As I'll ever be teed.
There we go. It's sitting on some stuff. We gotta remove some stuff, but hey! 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 Not bad. Not bad. Okay, we have to remove a few more things. We need to remove both these rubber grommets. It's a 10 on both sides. And then we have to install the hatch piece. One thing Calvin and I noticed, there's no provision that's already threaded to put the supports on, but I think it's those, Calv.
That's too far.
Is it? Check.
It's way too far.
So, okay. But Calvin and I can drill a hole, and we can put in a well nut, and we can reuse the stands. Calvin and I decided that we're gonna put the hood on the car just because we wanna get as many pieces off of the ground. I mean, as you can see on the side of us, we just have a big accident waiting to happen over here. So we're gonna throw the hood on. It's just another couple of bolts, and it looks pretty cool, and we just wanna see it. So we're gonna chuck the hood on. Here we go. In the last video, we finished installing all of the original body parts off the car and threw on the hood. We also threw on the hatch. Yesterday, we threw on this front fender. It is in no way bolted down or anything, so it's not really in yet, but what's really fascinating about the Veilside kit is it's a full front fender replacement. One of the coolest things about it is it uses all the OEM mounting locations on the car, so that there's no drilling required. But we're most likely gonna have to do some shaving and some slight body work to get it to fit. Either way, we have to go ahead and uninstall these headlights because this kit actually has its own set of headlights and headlight buckets that we're going to be using instead of these RE sleek lights. So it's pretty simple. It's just a mounting system. We're gonna unbolt this, try to keep most of our wiring intact, although this has a ballast, so I don't know what wiring job has previously been done. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about that. But let's go ahead and get these uninstalled. With the headlight completely out the way, I'm gonna go ahead and try and throw on this front fender. The areas on which I'm gonna be watching are the back tab in here that connects right in front of the door, and then the underside, and then just lining up the original bolt holes on the side of the frame rails. So I'll try and chuck it on and see if I can get every hole to line up for the most part, and then try to throw some bolts in. Calvin just threw in a couple bolts. I didn't get it on camera, but though there's bolts lined up on the frame rail.
I put them right here, and I put them right here.
Right there. But if you follow me down here, Calv, there's two holes on the underside, and there's actually, right next to the pinch welds, there's two threaded holes where I can see where it needs to go, but like I need this to go in,
But it's
like another inch, but I'm hitting something.
Are you sure you're not hitting the lift?
No. That, whatever that noise is. All right, we need to figure out what that is.
Feels like it's right there.
Like you feel those holes, right? Or you see the holes, right?
There's like a thing here. Oh, it's this thing. On the kit, there's a lump. There's a bit of a lump there.
That like needs to be shaved, or that is there for a reason? What's a lump?
It's a lump. Like you would think that since this is flat here, right here, there's a lump.
That, like, is it incorrection in the mold or something?
It's humongous.
Do you want
it's
to take
it's
it
like
off
this.
and shave it?
My fingers are split like this. Oh yeah, check the other.
So here's the mirror side. Oh god, oh god, oh gosh.
all right. Nope.
Yep, just gonna drop all these pieces.
Yep.
It's to those. Okay. Oh. Okay.
That's what's hitting. It looks like rigidity, structural integrity, but this right here is hitting.
Okay, well, this is probably hollow.
It is hollow.
So if we were to shave that or cut into that, it would just be an open hole.
It's for rigidity though.
It's hitting is right here. And I think Calvin is right. It almost looks like it's a rigidity piece because it starts at the top and you can almost see like where it was an additional piece that they throw on. So we think it looks hollow, so I'm just gonna get a floppy disk and I'm just gonna slowly start shaving away. You can kind of see right here there's a bunch of like scratch marks that was from us. So I'm gonna just very calmly and very slowly just shave this away and see what happens. Okay, it's a little rough around the edges, but this is just a test. We'll clean it up if we know it works. But let's go ahead and try and put this on the car and see if it made any difference. Still needs room. After putting it back on, Calvin had the idea of trying to rub it up against the side of the car because it still wasn't fitting. And as you can see, there's actually a little dirt mark of where we were hitting. So we shaved this part off, gave us a little bit more room. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take off this bottom portion and we'll try to test fitting it one more time. All right, shaved off a good amount. Cleaned up the lines a little bit more this time so it looks a little more presentable so you guys don't start yelling at me in the comments, but we're gonna try and test this again. I have good hopes about this. I think this one's gonna fit.
Oh, it's really cool.
So you need to push it in and go to the left a little bit, and you could see the holes line up.
Oh, I see it from here. Oh, go get it. Oh, you know what? Bolts are on top of the car. Yeah.
I have extras. Calvin just...
It's simple, bud.
I don't know how he did it.
When the hole doesn't line up, you just give her a good grip, pull her in line, stick the bolt in, and give her a twist. Job done.
The last mounting spot is right in here. It didn't line up, but Calvin just pulled and tugged, and yeah, so we officially have both on the bottom, fender towards door, and all three in front.
I have some bad news for you, father.
Oh, okay.
So we have to adjust the hood because we all know from the last video, the hood is a little bit that way. So if you close it right now, you'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a little off.
And the only way to adjust it is to loosen the bolts on the car. Where are those bolts, Steve?
On the car? Where are the bolts on the...
Yep.
Right there?
They're right here.
Well, but the hood has movement though.
No, it doesn't. It is tight. She is tight. Even if you Oh God! That over there where the hood latch is.
Yeah, but the hood latch sits.
How are you going, bud? Where does it need to go? It needs to go.
It needs to go to the left.
Exactly. So.
Wait, what if I push it in right now? It will go to the left.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I can push it.
You can push it, but then every time you open your hood, you have to push it. That's not right.
Are you sure there's no adjustment on the hood at all?
Remember how hard it was for us to get the bolts in the hole?
Yeah,
because it was tight. Yep. Because they're like this. The holes are like slightly like that.
Oh, so you're saying we'll have to shave?
No, we have to remove the fender to move the hood. Yeah.
Before we adjust the hood, we need the left front fender on, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on after I just shaved it. I mirrored it just to the other side, so she'll go on with these.
Oh, whoa. That's really cool.
Yeah, I did it on the other side too.
Nice, mean.
Now do the bottom side of the fender, and Calvin's face I think tells it all, folks.
It's so in. You know, there might be a little due south going on, but we can manage. The last one took us two. Tej can muck it up by himself. Look, Tej, Get it. Get in there.
I'll look. Let me look. I'm coming to look.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to do.
We're gonna get this in.
Need me.
With the fenders on and the hood on, we're gonna go ahead and try and throw the front bumper on. But what sucks is we're gonna have to undo all of this because we still have to adjust the hood, and to adjust the hood, the fenders have to come off. I'm antsy, I'm excited. It might need a lot of trimming. I don't know yet. Let's go ahead and just try and chuck it on. All that has to come off. Well, we got
all of it.
Literally not even an inch towards putting it on. And this air duct hits all of this. So we have to remove these panels. Should be pretty easy.
Get me some boltates.
Boltate.
Oh my god. I just realized, as you realized, when we put this hood down,
It's gonna look
it's a car.
Dude,
It's gonna be a car.
I just like took a step back and I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah, I looked at the front bumper. I was like right here. I was like, wait, if we close that hood,
Whoa, okay, so nothing really lines
oh,
up.
that's kind of sick.
The bolt, the holes to the right,
We need
everything needs to get shifted to the right. There's two tabs that go underneath this plastic air box, so that's gonna have to be removed. With this bracket that holds the AC.
Oh, go get some. Put it back on the trapeze pod. I don't know where you are, but I'm here.
Oh, dude.
I'm so here.
Veilside just is coming up with big impressments. Impressments?
It's
a word, I said it.
You say a lot of things.
I say a lot of things wrong. You guys always give me crap. It sounds right in my head. It sounds right when I say it.
Just stick to muck, Tej. This is so good.
Okay, see that side is
So good.
pretty, like that could easily be bodywork. This side over here, Cal, was like,
Is she lunching?
she went out to lunch and hasn't come back yet.
Oh,
Like you could get this up, but it's like cliffhanger.
it's a lot of lunch.
That's really out to lunch
That's
there.
a lot of
and I tried bending it, and it just doesn't. I don't know about that. Maybe
No.
I don't know. Before we do this, should we move this air box?
Should we? Why would we need to do that?
Because I want to make sure that these two bumper tabs are actually in.
That's in. It's fine.
Well, yours is, but mine's not.
That's fine.
What if it's not
It wasn't there before.
What?
That has no bolt. When I took off the bumper,
I know, but that has a thread. This has a bolt
I
attachment.
know, but
so why
on
not
the
use
other
it?
bumper, it wasn't in there.
I know, but why not use it if it has it? We're gonna want all the support we can.
Because we don't want to take out the air box.
I'll take it out. 1, 2. Even if I could just bend it up. Let me look at it. So Calvin's gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Stand back. Stand back. Watch the magic.
Oh. I mean, yes, it's very off still,
No,
but like it's
fine.
it's here. Like it's
That's it.
she's trying to come alive.
That's
Wow.
good. That's good. Right there. Look at that.
Look how much bigger it looks. I don't know. I guess you guys probably can't tell on video.
It's not that much big. It's about the size of a stock C8.
I mean, sure, the C8. I mean, yes, but this car is very small. But seeing it with this kit on it is like, whoa, that is
Kind of money.
that is really cool.
So so here's the important bit. We have to make sure that the train doesn't interrupt me while I'm speaking.
That's tough. That's a staple in these woods.
So we have to make sure that these parts are absolutely aligned, because if they're not, we can't put the headlights in.
Well, that, but also if they're not 100% aligned as we work our way towards the back of the car, we're gonna run into fitment issues. We gotta be super careful with that.
Super important.
So I think Calvin and I both agree that we need to figure out the fenders and the hood fitment. Actually, as you're lining this up, that's pretty good. This side's pretty consistent. Our issue is this side is very, very, very not good. We could probably sacrifice a little bit of gapping and push the hood to the right, but I tend to think, and this is my opinion, Cal, I think that this fender needs to be pushed towards the car. I'm not saying the hood's good. I'm saying the hood's probably okay. It does still need to be shifted, but I think the fitment issue of this right here is because this fender could find more movement towards. I don't know how. I think that and that are because this fender isn't where it's supposed to be. What do you think?
I really don't know, because the holes line up as intended.
And that's where like we could shave the holes and give movement, but then we open up a big can of worms.
We're gonna continue as planned. We're gonna put all the pieces together, and if there's like some serious binding, then we'll figure it out.
Before we go any farther, Calvin and I decided that we want to work on the outside most edges of the fender and the front bumper, because there's actually two separate attachments on the inside of the fender and on the lower side of where the headlight sits, like right here. So we think that if we can get both those mounted, we might actually flex this to a closer fitment, and it might give us a better idea of how we can gap our hood. We don't want to make any wrong moves and embiggen any holes. That's a word, right? Embiggen?
Embiggen.
We don't want to embiggen any holes, because we actually remember, shout out to the OGs, when we were working on the red sparkly BRZ, when Miley had the red sparkly wrap, she had a set of fenders that were replacements that were fiberglass. And we had to drill the holes for all of that in all these locations that this was pre-drilled. And we learned not to embiggen holes too much, because we actually screwed ourselves when doing that, because the moment you start making certain holes bigger to give movement, you kind of cause a waterfall effect, or you kind of cause a snowball effect of chasing issues down the line. So we're trying to not do that, and we're gonna try to make sure we can loosely attach everything. I know it's a long explanation, but we're gonna try to get most of the stuff together before we decide to make any holes bigger. I didn't show Calvin and I working God's work on this front fender. We actually removed the bolt that we originally put in for the front fender that attaches to the headlight like bracket. We removed that, and when we did that, it actually allowed us to get this to line up. There's a little bit of a gap right here, but we actually found another hole on the bumper right here and the fender right here. When we throw in a bolt and it lines up perfectly, we can squeeze that together. So we might not use, you can kind of see that bracket, and it was actually kind of broken. We might not use that hole, but we're doing the same God's work on the right side, and we're kind of close, but by the sound of that, maybe we're not too close, but
I have to lean on this, dude.
Okay, essentially, Calvin and I went back and forth arguing, and I was trying to force this to make it fit, because as you can kind of see, I started to get a bolt through, but it's pretty crooked. Calvin really wants us to stop, and probably for good reason. We're a really good yin and yang, because where I push the envelope, he's usually pushing the other direction, and it stops us, and it makes us like reconsider some stuff. You can see like it wants to fit, but it's not 100% aligned. So our thought process before trying to just bolt that down right now, and like the fiberglass is exploding, and then we're like really screwed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the front fenders and front bumper. Calvin's theory is the right side of the car will bolt up and marry together, but this front left one will not, because we see where it needs to be and where the puzzle pieces match, but the holes are incorrect.
Yeah. Right now, if you look, the bolt is twisted this way. So when we tighten it, it's gonna straighten out, pushing the front bumper out and pulling the fender in. And we're already have a ledge going that way, so it'll only worsen that problem. The idea that I had was if we take it off the car and clamp it together the way it looks good, then we could make a new hole and make it much better. Right now, if we go any further, we risk explosion.
So before we go ahead and take off the fender and the front bumper, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to mark my areas on the headlight housing that need to be trimmed for these new headlight buckets, which are super cool, nice and carbon. But there's an area where it doesn't allow it to sit flush. It's essentially like, oh, you can see where this like wants to line up. Might as well trim some of this right here.
Yeah, I think you could take out
like,
you could take
here
right where
here.
the fold is. If you
The fold?
if you go like this and take out like a
Oh, you want to go that far? I was just gonna just cut a notch like this and like
oh, you
this.
could do that, yeah.
Like cut a square out.
I'm afraid you might have to start like, I'm afraid you might end up dinking it right here. So if you do it like this.
So like here
Yeah.
and here.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut that, and then we'll try to put this bucket back in, get the buckets to sit where they need to, and then disassemble the front end.
Damn. Hey!
Worked.
Wow.
Wait, hold up.
Hey!
Oh wow, it was actually
You might have
the,
problems.
when we have a bulb in the back, it might touch.
It might have a problem, but
We're not using this anymore, are we?
no.
Okay, I'll cut a little more from here, and then I'll do a little more right here, because when we have a bulb, I have Well, yeah, that's still not adjusted correctly. Gotta push it.
It's a car. It's almost a car.
Now this is a very, very rough image. These aren't really in, they're just mocked up. We're slowly just trimming stuff away.
You can't even tell on camera, T.
On camera you can't. Well, I mean, there's still some fatty gaps. We're still getting there, but
you can't tell on camera, T.
it's close, dude. I mean, it's not close. It's not close at all, but it looks like a Veilside Rx-7 in the front, which is like the coolest thing. So it's coming together, baby. Today, we're actually gonna be doing an extension of the front end, plus doing the rear end, maybe?
Doing the rear end. Don't worry about what I'm doing, sir. Clearly, I have the side skirt on because I'm a boss.
I haven't shown any of this yet.
I'm a boss.
Why are you installing it off the car?
I'm a boss. I'm a boss.
We have a special guest, D. Courtney, finally moved back from Germany, bro. We missed you.
It was China last time.
Welcome back,
What's
dude.
up, dude?
Missed you, dog.
Someone's got to get this work done, am I right?
If you guys saw part 2, we ran into a little bit of a fitment issue in the front left fender and bumper area. So one thing we're doing before we start adjusting and making holes on the actual fiberglass kit itself is we're gonna try installing it off the car. And when the kit actually was installed off the car, Calvin actually ran into the issue that this front attachment where the fender attaches the bumper wasn't actually an issue of the kit not being fitted properly on the car. It actually is just the fitment's a little bit off, and that's fiberglass. It happens. So we're gonna be making some adjustment to that portion of the kit today.
I'm a boss.
While Danny and Calvin work on the front end and attaching all the pieces together, I was gonna focus on the rear end of the car, but to be completely honest, I might do a little bit of a change up because the rear end of the car is a tough area, and I'll talk about it just a little bit. So these rear fenders have actually been sitting on the car, but they're not installed, technically. It's essentially a shell piece, but what's really interesting is the fact that it reaches over and pretty much sits on a shelf on the inside of the RX-7 hatch. And I never noticed this, but it actually just sits like a little hat, like almost like it just cups the rear end of the car and just creates a hard body line right here. So the only places of attachment, because there's no hardware here, there's no hardware here, the only places for attachment are these two holes on the back side of the bumper. And to access these holes, you can see it's not completely lined up yet. That's the fiberglass hole, that's the actual car's hole that we need to put a bolt through. The only places to access that is by ripping out the whole interior and reaching this back, which is actually a pretty difficult thing to do. And you have to stick your hand all the way down and put a bolt through it. I was gonna tackle it by myself, but it's a little bit more difficult because it's hard to get my hand down there. For all the RX-7 owners out there, if you have ever taken off the rear bumper, it is one of the most pain in the ass things to do with the RX-7 because it's a pretty rough design. Okay, so with the rear fender on the car, there's three bolt attachments that we can get to actually like sit this in. There is a little bit of a fitment issue on the top of the car right here. There's a little bit of a gap before the fender actually touched the body of the car, but Danny and I actually kind of talked about it off camera. We could shave it down and try and make it fit, or we could leave it to the body shop. I kind of want to leave it to the body shop because we're not professionals with this, and I don't want to over sand something. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead, bolt this in, and kind of massage our way to the front.
Yeah.
You want me to stick my hand in there, or do you want me?
Is that as far as you're able to get?
No, you gotta push it. Here, watch. If you stand on the other side. What do you think? Could use a long one. I don't know, the rear bumper when it sits on here, I think there's like, this is like an open cavity, so you should be okay.
Question. Come on, brother. It's really cutting it close.
Squeeze that fiber. Yeah. Want me to squeeze it and you do it?
Here, yeah.
I think it's so interesting how this sits on top like a baseball cap. So the rear is down, this is where it needs to be. You can see on the front here, this is kind of hard to show, but the front has to go down like maybe another 0.5 millimeter, but there's a gap right here. You can see I can get my finger underneath it. And even when that goes down on the way, that gap won't be flushed. So either we trim the side right here, or we shave a better right angle, because you can see the kit's almost cracking right there. It's just a tricky part of the kit. And also too, we have to be really careful because the door fits right on. He gave me so much yesterday for like almost knocking off a piece, and then he goes ahead and does it, and it's okay. The door like fits just barely. Danny's chucking his arm in the back of the car. I wasn't able to get into it, but
Because your arm's so jacked.
yeah, I lift too much weights, dude.
Is this hole like able to go in right away?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, you're there. You're so close. This middle one's gonna be really tough, but I saw it for a second. Yep. This next
The one down below.
Calvin job. Danny continued what I gave up on, made it happen. Now we're calling in the special doctor.
Special forces.
Can he get that elbow deep inside?
Can you feel that?
Oh, I saw him. You're gonna have to like lean into it. Like, if you could push from here, better, you're gonna snap the fiberglass. Oh, you got it. Oh, Calvin, you're almost there. Good push. Push. Calvin, you gotta push. Oh, dude. Oh my God, it's so close. You just gotta.
Nothing to grip on. It's like.
Oh. Oh, he's not even there yet.
Do we have like a little, you need to just drill it out a little
I
bit.
could shave it from here.
You're so close.
Oh,
I can't press any harder.
oh. We're in there.
Leave it to the pepper. Dude, I really wish that you guys could at some point in your life experience what it's like to have a Calvin who could just defy the laws of physics. He can make his arm a noodle and just he can go anywhere. Something that me and Danny just noticed as we like put this fender on the car is you have a gas cap here, obviously, and it opens up. But when you go to fill the gas, a pump won't fit through here. So what we're gonna have to do is install some sort of like tube extension. Mickey actually does it on all of the throttle cars. I know he'll have a good idea on how to handle that. And I'm sure you guys in the comments, there's a ton of you guys that know way more than I do, and you will probably have some good ideas. But for now, we have a full tank of gas, so I'm not worried about it. But we're gonna have to make a bridge there somehow. But this is our first look with the hatch and the fenders. Dude, it is huge. Isn't that crazy?
It's impressive.
It's, the car like normally stops like right here, so it's cool to see how much width it actually adds to the car. It makes it huge. Calvin and I noticed that when we initially tried throwing it on, that the exhaust cutout on the bumper was hitting the side of the muffler, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be changing this exhaust anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just take this thing off now so we have no issues when it comes to putting the rear bumper on, and we're gonna see if the bumper fits on without any issues.
What do you know? TJ still hasn't worked on anything. He's on his phone all day. Definitely wasn't helping at all earlier.
Chachas, dude. Danny comes back from Germany for one day and he thinks that he's back in the vlog.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm trying to give Calvin to give you guys an update, but he's so in the zone. He doesn't.
Man! You can't get this off my face.
They can't hear you.
I'm screaming! You can hear me?
Yeah, I can. Sir?
Okay, that was my fault. You dropped the piece earlier.
I
so
did.
So
I don't know what you're
now we're
doing.
even. I don't know why you're filling these holes.
Because they're
He is the body shop.
they're bad holes.
But like, we'll need these holes.
They're bad holes.
No such thing as bad hole.
We'll need these holes. I just ignore it at this point. We need that. What? That's like, why would you plug that?
Yeah.
And why plug it? Why not just leave it open?
Explain yourself, sir.
I'm genuinely asking a question.
Okay, I'll genuinely
fill
answer it. Because if you make a big hole, which is what's needed,
Are you
the
gonna,
hole
oh, you're
won't
gonna
fit.
re-drill it?
I'm gonna make a new hole. I
Oh.
filled the hole so that she's good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's why.
You're ugly.
Let me see her.
No.
Yeah.
Do it. Dustin's like a
see her.
fish. You look like a fish nut.
When you guys saw us struggling to put those two bolts on the back side of the fender that protrude to the rear bumper, we just realized that this bumper is supposed to sit on top of that, and then you're supposed to put the nut on through it. I don't want to go in depth in explaining it, but long story short, that's not physically possible. I don't know how, if you put this bumper on, put your hand through, and then maybe you do it through the tail light.
Yeah.
We're
I
just-
can do it. You're dumb.
We're
We're gonna cut it out.
We're gonna cut it out. The bumper has 12 more places of attachment that are more than enough. We're gonna just make a little modification. Sorry, Mr. Veilside. We're gonna modify the kit a little bit.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Thoughts? It was Calvin's.
My thought is to cut the whole flap.
You are thought.
Thoughty. Calvin's a thoughty.
I can taste it in my lungs.
So at this point in the video, you're like, wow, TJ's using that tool. He probably really knows what he's doing. I don't at all, but we're just gonna keep on going. Pretty much trimmed out the 2 points of where I imagine the nut and bolt are gonna be sitting on the back side of the fender. So it's right here. Gave myself a large room for error. So I just did what I did there. I did on this side. These cuts look like a blind man in his 90s cut this. I realize that, but I will be cleaning it up once it's like on the car and we know it fits good. So please do not freak out about that. All the previous times Calvin and I have put the rear bumper on the car, it never really sat straight. But we have removed the exhaust. We have cleared out the hardware provisions that would hit on the rear bumper. I think it's gonna fit. I think it's gonna slip on, and we're finally gonna see what the rear end will look like. So big moment here. Fingers crossed.
And I approve this message.
So what we noticed when we put the rear bumper on the back is that the bumper attachment on the ledge of the trunk, they lined up, but all of the holes are actually there's a little bit too much material. Like I can't even get the bolt that's supposed to go through the fiberglass. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get a file, and I'm just gonna try to just open up every hole by maybe like a 0.5 millimeter. No drilling, just shaving. And once I finish all 6 holes, we'll do it again, and if we can bolt those up, we'll try to bolt in these bottom panels. Oh, these are threaded, damn. No nuts.
Really?
They're already all threaded.
That's
I never noticed.
super convenient.
So then we'll just thread all these on, and we can get the fitment check. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then we'll get back to it. In 2 bolts right here and right here. These outside ones, I put little notes that like I just need like 0.5 millimeter of room. But before we shave anything, Danny was able to get 2 out of the 3 lower bumper attachments on both sides. So before we do anything, Danny is slowly walking in this outside bolt and closing this gap. It's a lot of fiberglass to be flexing, so it's honestly a little nerve-wracking. But we're gonna, what, Dan?
Wonder if we should heat it up while we're doing this.
I was thinking about heating it, but like I don't even know where to heat it. It's so much fiberglass.
You can see it slowly.
You can see it going.
I'm gonna start with this side.
I would do them like evenly.
Yeah.
We're slowly walking in that side, and then we're gonna do the same thing to this side, which has like, that's kind of where Danny started. Then I'm gonna recheck these top bolts, see if I can make any more adjustment, and then if I can't, that's when I will decide if I wanna shave just a little bit more. To get us the room to put in the top bolts. But other than that, I mean, it fits pretty decently. Yeah, you could have tightened it more on that side, but like
tight here.
Yeah, but it should be flexing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't our like final bolt down, so what's cool is now that we have all these like 85% tight, we can take notes like that 100% has to be shaved, that has to be shaved. But everything else looks really good. It looks super good. While we've been doing this, Calvin's been working hard on the front. And he actually got the area on the front left front bumper where we were having areas on the first day. He actually has it sitting the way it's supposed to, and it's sitting flush now, which is really awesome to see him kind of pull that through. So check that out. Now, obviously, still bodywork to be done, but that's about as flush as I think the kit will naturally get. And what's cool is you guys haven't seen this yet, but he's attaching the bridge to the side skirt, which is really cool, and it gives it this depth that you don't normally see. We are in no way ready to hard mount it, but we're gonna do it just because, well, we want to see it, and I know you guys want to see it too.
Are you on this? Well, let me
Here,
get...
you go first, and I'll see what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's your room.
The wing's really heavy, by the way. I don't know if you can tell on camera, the wing is very heavy. This deck lid's very heavy. There's a few areas of concern, but I'll let you guys soak it in. Look how this thing looks. Definitely does not look like an FD anymore, which is very, very cool. But a few areas that I'm gonna have to call in our boy Patrick from Torrey Pines Collision, who's gonna be doing the body work on this car. There's a big gap on the hatch and the rear bumper. We can't pull the hatch any farther to the back, and we can't push the bumper really any closer, and there's just a fat gap. We still have the weather on the inside of the hatch window on the car, so technically it's sealed from the elements. I've never seen this car in person before, and there's really not that much documentation of this car. I mean, there's a couple builds on Instagram or whatever, but I don't know how this gap is supposed to look in person. Maybe there is just a big gap and like water could get in there, and that's fine because it's definitely still sealed like right here. But That's like a Patrick Bodywork question. Could we add material here? Yes, that would take a lot of time. Are you supposed to? Not quite sure. Really don't know, but we were able to close up these gaps very nicely. That fitment's pretty good on both sides. It looks great. Danny and I both don't know what you're supposed to do with this. That's a little bit weird, but wow. Veilside Rx-7 in the back. Really cool to see. Moment of truth.
My
was
work
the argument in the last
gonna
video of what
shine.
I wanted to do, was it worth it? Calvin said, TJ, let me assemble the kit on the ground, let me make my adjustment holes. I think I can make it fit. I was like, I don't know, dude, not what I would do, but I'm usually wrong, so we'll go with your plan. So we went with Calvin's plan.
Bow.
This side fit perfectly. That should go together swimmingly. This right-hand side, or should I say the front left-hand side, wasn't too hot.
Was a bit. How you going?
It was a bit. How you going? So we're gonna do that and then try that. Open.
Tighten my nuts, Dad.
DMV open.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that tongue movement?
It's the TJ signature move.
It is not.
He taught me how to do it. This is the speed that I used to be able to do it.
Do you want it gone?
TJ can go. Do it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like 68
Dude,
per minute.
I don't know what you're. I can remove it and it'll work.
Yeah. It's done.
Whoa.
It's a little wonky.
Wait, where's it wonky?
Because where we mount the hole to the other holes, it was a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And always has been a problem. So we made it fit. It looks good.
This side's pretty good. I mean, it's where it's where it's gonna be. Bodywork's gonna clean the rest of it up. The other side.
I didn't show it, but
No, I did.
a little bit more.
I showed it.
Oh, you showed it.
Put them in, brother. So they still don't fit. Is it hitting still? Nope.
It's a little just tight.
No, yeah, it's not hitting.
It's just a tight fit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We still need to put the hardware in. Oh, is that one
it's
hitting?
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
Tej, you dumb
Oh.
bitch. Let me get a Sharpie.
Oh, I just want to say something
It's
real
still
quick.
hitting.
Don't let TJ tighten bolts with power tools.
Okay, off camera, off camera, I screwed up this. I crossed threads. Okay, I admit it. I did it, and look, I even wrote tap as a reminder because it needs to get fixed.
But for the honors, we'll close the hood.
Oh, and I loosened the hood up there too, so if we do need to move it back and forth, it should be able to go a little bit back and forth.
Can we watch?
I didn't even force that.
Yeah, we're gonna need to adjust the hood. Hey, the hood gap is significantly better the second time around, and we haven't even adjusted. That was a power move right there.
Oh, my hands are tingling from that one. Let's not do that.
All right, well, dude, the hood gap's probably where it's gonna end up living.
It's good.
Holy crap! Wait, whoa.
Is this the kit?
I mean, no, there's still like the whole. We have the front and rear on, but now the whole side, and then
Imagination.
we still need the wide body on the door, and then the wide body on the lower half, and then we still need to do the wiring for the headlights, and then we still need to figure out. I mean, there's a lot of things to figure out, but hey, that's progress. Calvin's listening to music. That's why he's dancing right now. I forgot it has no exhaust. What the heck? So weird looking.
I'll see you later. I'm going to the store.
Oh, you're gonna go to the store? With no exhaust on? Yep, see you, dude. We're supposed to just be moving the RX-7 right now so we can open the doors and take the panels off today. But now that it's moving, we're excited and we're looking at how ridiculous this thing is. Really stinky with no exhaust on the back. Dude, what's kind of cool is because this thing was already wide-bodied and lowered already, like, when we actually have wheels that fit this kit, this is kind of where our ride height will be. And I was a little bit nervous on what it would be like if we didn't have bags to lower it, and that's actually pretty doable in my opinion. It's like a 5-finger, 6-finger gap. All right, let's relocate this thing back inside and get into it.
It needs some checky. I'm over here trying to do a little research, trying to do a little R&D to figure out how all of this goes together, because we have a bunch. We have 6 holes that we need to do that will be here, here, and here. So Mickey went ahead and showed me how to remove the mirrors. It's quite simple. There's like 2, well, you can't see it from there, but there's 2 screw heads right there, and then 1 more to remove the panel. Unfortunately, this won't let us keep any of the motors. There could be a way of figuring out how to use the motors again, but that is way beyond us. The new mirror is replacing it, already attached to the new body panel. So the goal is to make these viable.
I had Patrick from Torrey Pines Collision come by because I wanted him to see the RX-7 with the Veilside kit on there, because he's going to be responsible for doing all the body work on this car. And as you guys could probably guess, the amount of body work that this car is going to need is going to be absolutely nuts. And we've always had this inside joke since I've met him that he hates fiberglass stuff, and every time I would bring him fiberglass, he's like, sweet, thanks for bringing me. They mainly specialize in collision stuff, but they have the guys and the talent to do fiberglass and bodywork stuff. It's not their favorite thing, but they always do it for me, which I'm super grateful for. So he's taking on this project, and he's coming by and looking at it today and just giving us his impression on it.
So we just have to work it on the inside then.
Do you want me to like make it so it closes nicely, or?
No, we could do that.
Okay.
Because this is gonna have to come up a little bit anyways.
Yeah, because I'm trying to worry about this sort of thing up here.
As you can see, they just laid down the door piece that kind of adds the depth. This is the piece, in my opinion, that really changes the characteristic of this car, because it adds not only width to the fenders, but the kit actually adds width to the door, and it adds an element that most kits these days don't have, and it gives this sensation of just a different car. It's super, super beautiful and amazing.
It's definitely a full car.
Okay, so out of seeing it now, is it as bad or is it worse than what you expected?
It's not as worse as I expected. It's actually pretty good.
It's very good.
Not like very good, but it's pretty good.
I don't think I've ever seen a kit that would just like, you know, without having to massage it like a whole lot.
I mean, we did do a full day of massaging that fender and realigning it and all of that stuff. Yeah. And, you know, the rear quarters need a lot of massaging to fit. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff, but I guess for a kit that was made 20 years ago, it's pretty okay.
It's a good product.
Did not know it was 20 years old, so that being said, it's a good kit. It's a good kit.
It's a good product.
We're just gonna have to glass it, align it, get it done.
Well, basically,
we're just gonna have to redo everything you just did. That's what we're saying right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I just ran into a problem that needs addressing immediately, because if we don't, I just tried to open the door and almost ruined this entire build. Remember this bolt behind the door that attaches the fender to the car up here? That is a more important bolt than I anticipated. Because as you can see, there's a huge ledge right here. If I opened it any more than I did, right here where I left this mark, it would actually blow up this fender piece. It is already dangerously close on this side, so I should have seen that coming. We'll address that problem now. What I'm doing here right now is relaxing the epoxy fiberglass mixture so that I'm able to pull on it without worrying about cracking it, because it was really tense and solid, but if you heat it up a little bit, you're able to mold it. Not a lot, but enough to where it's soft and not going to pop when it overextends or over twists.
Want us to fully bolt down this door attachment, The way you would do it, you pretty much drill holes through this door and it attaches. You can kind of see one of the threads right there. And then there's a middle point which you can get to from here, and then there's edges on the other side that match it. Patrick said he would like it if we did not drill those, just because if for any reason we drill those incorrectly, they're gonna have to work around that and it's gonna make their life a nightmare. So Calvin just went ahead and attached it by the mirror points. So at least the door piece is hanging, but it is not fully installed. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of that before we start moving on to the side skirts. But to install the side skirts, we have to disassemble the rear fender. But to disassemble the rear fender, we have to take off the rear bumper just to attach the bridge for the side skirt.
Just moments ago, before TJ went and explained that, we were talking about how we're going to tackle these taillights. The assumption made was the stock taillight goes back in and this just kind of covers it. That's literally impossible. Look through this hole.
I know it's impossible, which is why I'm like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. But the stock...
This has to come with taillights. That's what I'm saying.
No, it doesn't.
The stock tail... The assumption was that you would put the stock taillights in this cover. This is where the stock taillight ends, friend. There's no way that will plug this.
Okay, my brain's processing because I think you're right. What we're talking about is, this is a picture of what the rear side of an FG Rx-7 with a Veilside kit looks like, right here. Now, that, I guess in my head and how I always saw it, utilizes the stock rear taillights for the car, and the illusion of the new light only comes from the cap that sits on top of the light. The cap I'm referring to is this piece right here. There's a body line right here because this actually, in the rear bumper's off, you can unbolt this cap piece and it all comes off. I thought all this time, and I still think I could be right, that it just covers this taillight, giving you a new looking taillight with a cover. But when this is in the car, these lights stop right here. So I guess I just don't really think about it. If we were to install this, the taillight would sit far back and it would sit only filling up half of the light, if that makes sense. My next thought would be like, maybe you just, there's a bracket maybe that holds this light in, but I'm not seeing that. So maybe it comes with new taillights. I'm not sure. Now I just opened a completely different question that I don't know the answer to. Did the headlight box come with lights?
Not that I saw.
Did you open the box just now?
I looked in the box.
And you saw nothing?
I saw projectors for the front.
We're gonna go ahead and take out the rear bumper now and really look into this and dive into this and try and figure it out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw on the side skirt. This is the only piece that we haven't technically checked the fitment on, but it's interesting because the way you have to do it, the side skirt has to go on last because you can't attach that fender bridge to the side skirt on both sides. You cannot attach that if it's done off the car. They have to be done, or they have to be done off the car rather. And there's just enough room for you to fit your hand. There's just enough room.
Don't look at it yet. Don't look at it yet. Don't look at it yet.
What do you mean?
They can't see it until it's on.
Okay, okay. Well, there's just enough room for you to bolt the side skirt onto those bridges. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, this thing looks crazy. Wow, it looks really cool. Calvin stance though, even cooler. Officially, unofficially on. Here's your boy's first look. Damn. What? Not an RX-7 anymore. Now it looks like a Veilside. That's incredible. Fitment, when all this went on, I'll be honest with you guys, is actually not that good. Patrick really advised, he's like, get everything to like bolt on where you can, but do not make any adjustments where you're removing fiberglass to get it to fit. He's like, let my guys do that. Calvin and I are not fiberglass bodywork, body experts. We're not. So we're not gonna act like we are. We're gonna let them do their job. But this is probably about where we're gonna leave it. Before we send it off, you know, this side, for example, I'll show you guys. This just doesn't match up at all. There's no forcing that. To get this to lower, they have to shave out some of the corner for this fender to sit down, and there's still gonna be some massaging to be done. I will say the front of the side skirt, we were able to get that bolted up loosely, and then it connects here, but we can't bolt here. It's just kind of off in some areas. We're gonna go ahead and do the right side now. And here's another example. This is the bridge for the rear quarter. Going off of the threaded inserts that are already in the bridge, we went ahead and bolted it on, and like, look at how off it is. Like, it's way off. This hole does not line up correctly, but this front hole that's right here does line up. So we're gonna undo the rear one, which was the harder one to thread, and we're gonna do this top one, and when we redo it, it's gonna fit perfect. But this hole, the measurements for these are just completely off. So not sure how we're gonna tackle that. Maybe we just do a secondary hole somewhere down here. There's ways to fix it, so we'll get there when we get there. This is day 2. I failed to show you the left side of the car. Calvin finished it up. I'm gonna give you a walk around of where we are right now before we go ahead and move on to the rear bumper. The left side of the kit fit way better than the right side of the kit. Don't know if that's entirely because of the rear fender fitment on the right-hand side, because it's not sitting all the way down, but seeing this all together looks really, really cool. Fitment isn't 100%, but it's definitely doable. Again, I keep telling you guys this will go to paint and body, and they're gonna body work and make this 100% perfect, because this is fiberglass. Fiberglass has imperfections. Street Hunter isn't perfect. No fiberglass is perfect. Everything, even like Street Hunter, for example, will still have imperfections. You need to body work things before painting it. So every time we keep talking about the Veilside kit, I want to make sure that we don't give off the idea or the presence that like we're talking down upon it. I think this kit fits fantastic for what it is. It just needs bodywork in certain areas, and I like pointing that out to you guys. But you can finally see the depth that you will get once this middle door section is painted black. They do a really good job at making this car look straight as far as width, but it actually pulls out to the rear. You can actually kind of see, this was the wheel setup on the wide body that the car came with, and like that fitment, I mean, the fitment's bad, don't get me wrong, but like, it's really like, you could put like a 25 to like 35 mil spacer, and that wheel would actually work. But if you look at the rear here, I mean, dude, you would need like a 65 mil spacer to get this thing to fit. It is so much wider in the rear than it is in the back, but when you look at it, it doesn't really, I mean, I guess when you look from this angle, it does. Let me go to the front. When you look at the front, it almost looks just like straight all the way out, but the way that the door curves, I mean, from the door from here to here actually is slanted out. And that's what gives you this depth, that right here, you only have a depth maybe 2 inches, but as the kit gets wider, you can kind of see how much larger this gap gets. There's a couple cool little things I've noticed as we've seen it all together. I just love this kit. I really enjoyed it when we first got it, but after we are seeing it come together and putting it together, I'm really falling in love with the design, and this thing's gonna look so good once it's back from paint. This is to the puzzle that we are missing is the rear bumper and the wing, and this thing will be ready to be dropped off at paint. So let's go ahead and throw in the rear bumper again. Bumper back on the car. We're gonna go ahead and throw the wing on. I don't know if I touched on this when we installed it a few days ago, but this wing doesn't fit very well. Calvin didn't do it with me, it was Danny, so Calvin hasn't experienced it. So I just said, Calv, be ready, because it fits a little, it fits a bit. How ya going?
I was gonna say lunch.
It is out to lunch.
One out of 8. We've been on sync a lot of the time. This one was lunch.
Okay, we're gonna toss this on. I'm gonna leave this raw though, so you guys can see our, like, I don't want to say frustration, but you can see it's kind of a mission. Do you have bolts, Cal?
No.
You don't got bolts.
I'm holding the wing. I'm holding,
but he's got no bolts.
the wing.
He's got no bolts. Just use your other arm, bro. Nice.
Nice.
There it is.
Nice.
Here's 2 bolt tops for you. Some for me. All right. By the way, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, this wing, very heavy.
Super heavy.
The heaviest wing I've ever installed.
Are you serious? No shot.
I'm on. Are you in?
Put it in. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not.
So Danny and I got it to fit. Did we get it to fit great? Can't say that, but it was in.
Are you pulling on it?
I'm not pulling on it, but like I'm giving you I'm like maxed on the side.
Yeah, no, I had to pull it because you were pulling on me. Well, you know, Teach, we just gotta give her.
Oh, you got one in. Okay, so that's what Danny and I did. Danny and I were able to get these in, but the ones in the front, no way, dude.
Maybe for a couple of church boys, but me, I solve problems.
Did you get it in?
I'm about to. Just watch the magic.
Okay, well he says that. Let's go ahead and try our side. I think Calvin's chotching all of us right now. But who knows? I have.
Before you can even finish that sentence, before I solve problems. Look at it. Give me your other bolt.
Okay.
Give it here.
I'm gonna try this side now.
Oh, you're gonna give this swing.
Yeah, maybe Danny was the issue. I could probably do it.
Honestly, I blame Danny too.
It's real close. Oh. Well, Danny, if you're watching this video, you were the problem.
You're literally the problem, man.
Okay.
It would have, you would have cross-threaded it like the fender.
I still haven't fixed that, by the way. We're gonna have to remember to.
Right, that's probably a good idea.
Tell Patrick to do it.
Oh, it's really close.
It's real close. This is where a GoPro would really come in handy, so I could show you guys like, would I get the camera underneath? But this camera's so big, I like can't do it. Sorry, boys.
In there.
Damn, in there like.
I'm so good at things.
Fun fact. I was. Never mind. Won't even say it.
What were you gonna say?
Won't say it. I was gonna say. I'll say it. I was gonna say in there like Calvin's swimwear, and then I imagined you in swimwear, and then I looked at your pants, and I was gonna say fun fact about Calvin. He doesn't wear underwear.
Okay.
Then the comments say, like, Teach, how do you know Calvin doesn't wear underwear? And then I'm gonna be like, when someone wears sweatpants every day, sometimes you just know
You just know the macaroni.
Sometimes when you're too good of friends with someone,
Macaroni elbows are showing.
Calvin's got his macaroni elbow. He's got his macaroni pasta on display for everyone to see.
I don't need any of you coming to a meet and looking at my meat, okay? Don't ever do that. That's gonna happen. You're encouraging that. We're gonna go to a meet and people are gonna be like, stop looking at my meat. Unbelievable.
So now that the rear wing is on the car, the only thing we really haven't addressed too much is, as you can see here, the headlights. So the headlight system has these buckets, and these buckets are obviously not built. There's a complete new set of bulbs that we'll throw in for blinkers, headlights, and your brights. This actually gets bolted into the car, but we're not gonna send them off to paint with them installed because Calvin and I actually haven't even seen if you have to mount the Lexan on top, kind of for those who saw the RE sleek lights we installed. Pretty much the same concept. So we need to make sure these things fit, but then we also need to make sure that these things, well, I guess I don't even know, Calvin. It looks like here there's mounting locations for the glass. So is there hardware for that? Do we glue? I thought we glued it on here, but
You could do a glue.
I don't think you do because the fender and the front bumper, if you ever had to detach it, they could be glued to both. So I don't know. We're gonna open this box, we're gonna see what's in there, and then we should also open up the little box that has all the Lexan pieces and just kind of see what it looks like. Let's get into it. All right, what do we got?
It looks easy enough.
So
it looks like.
We haven't even opened them before. So adjusters. I mean, I think the lights we will install after it's painted. Cal, what do you think? Right? I mean,
It seems simple enough, right? So, oh, do you have the piece? So
I'm gonna take all of it out. I
Give me
don't.
the piece. This seems easy enough, right?
Is there a mount
The 4
on that?
points of mounting,
Marks.
and then 4 holes. Seems easy enough.
Look at these lights. Oh.
I think this is it, dude. I don't think there's any more mounting.
So this here is the Lexan covers. For those who don't know what Lexan is a type of plastic that is used a lot on race cars. It's almost like plexiglass on like a hockey arena. It's not the same thing, but it's essentially a glass-like material that's extremely durable. Oh man, that looks great.
Oh, we have to drill that.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So, okay, so I think this is probably the wrong side.
I think that's the wrong side.
It is the wrong side. Where's the other? Here it is. That makes sense. I understand it. Okay, so we'll do this once it's back from the body shop. This piece of glass is a piece of Lexan. So all of these are threaded holes. What I imagine we'll do once this car gets back is we won't really assemble the headlights until the car is done. We'll probably mark holes and drill the holes with the Lexan and the bucket system will mount to the bumper and the fender, and then this Lexan piece will have its own mounting locations into the bumper and fender, and they will not be married together. I thought they were gonna marry together, but that looks, look at that, that looks sick, dude. Excuse the stupid helicopter above us.
We saw that these headlights are unique and special to this car. I don't know where you would find something like this, but it's really awesome. It has hardware that is specific for this, where instead of bolting it hard, you put it through this, it clicks in, and if you look here, it also adjusts the headlight when it's pointing up and down. So there's 3 in each of these bags. We're gonna go ahead and install them so that they're permanently in, and we can make sure that we don't blind the people driving against us.
What I think is awesome, having the background and development on the Street Hunter side, seeing how far they went with this kit when it was developed 20 years ago. And I know how tough it is to find the sourcing to get these materials made, to do the R&D, to make it work. It's just a lot of work. So to see Veilside do that, I know how old this is. It's just badass. This kit, when it came out, not only did it come with like a door wide body kit assembly, but also it comes with a brand new headlight and special housings, and you just don't see that today. And it's really cool from, like I said, the Street Hunter side to be like, damn, take note, use that as inspiration, and use that to kind of fuel ideas for the future, and just to know that, you know, headlights isn't off limits when it comes to redesigning a car. I just give the tip of the hat to them. That's badass. I know how hard it is when you're trying to design and come up with new things. I've never once thought about, maybe we should just incorporate a whole new headlight and then taillight covers, so you utilize the stock headlight, but then it adds in your shape. Just the engineering and creativity behind that, 10 out of 10.
I taped that. Just go look at it.
Okay, well, it wasn't like that when we left. Now it's, Cal, you bolted this in, Cal, and...
Oh, there it is.
What an entrance.
What an entrance, buddy. You're doing great, yeah.
Hell yeah.
A lot better than the other day there.
Yeah,
you know, I thought you got that mastered, but
you know, a little aluminum tape never hurt nobody.
When you said it was really good, we're dropping you down a notch. We're dropping you down a notch, yeah. That happened.
It's aight. It's aight. It's a bit how you go.
This is just the smallest I could come up with.
Glad your handwriting is exactly like mine. Jeez, okay.
So, I guess while it's here, I'm gonna remind you guys again. So, Patrick owns a body shop, and there's a lot of fitment issues, there's a lot of gapping issues. You guys saw the fenders and the hood and all of that stuff. So, you know, we didn't want to start smoking bigger holes or leave permanent riv nuts and create issues that then a professional body shop would have to go and undo or work off of an incorrect placement that we made. So, you know, that's why we're in the hands of some professionals. here. But here's just a little list that I'll run down with you that I made. One of the most interesting ones, the gap cap solution. Let's go to the other side of the car and show you this. So, I don't know if I really showed this. I think I showed it once in video. The gas cap, Kendall, you can get a shot of this. It's like, you have like a 7-inch.
Yeah.
So what I think is the solution, and I guess it's me asking if you're able to do it, is we almost have to get like a silicone like hose and then just extend it out. That's what people do.
A very similar one in the back.
Do you?
Your neighbors.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The R32.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
We're doing the flush mount of the hose.
Okay, so
yeah.
I was like gonna
Same
ask
thing.
if I could pour that responsibility onto you.
Okay.
I also have the cap that it came with. There's little stuff like I didn't decide to, Calvin and I didn't trim. We have the lights that go right here for the license plate. There's holes right here for it where you just like, push the lights in. We didn't trim them out. Well, they're already there, but like we didn't like make them perfect. You're supposed to run the stock taillights in here. You pretty much just like snug them in the back and then they sit in there. I'll bring them to you.
I was gonna say, do you
I
have,
brought all of
them
it.
here?
I brought all of it.
Okay.
But you know, one thing that we talked about is the gap on the rear hatch
Door gap on the rear hatch. You got
So like, people reached out. Apparently, that's how the kit comes, and a lot of people just leave it that way.
But we have to make it better.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, we could fill it. Like,
Yeah.
you could fill it, do all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and then there's all this thing weighs at 50 pounds.
Oh.
Like this, you know, you could just bolt it wherever, but these struts won't. Can we get like stronger struts and install them on here?
Yeah.
So like we'd have to just create like a rib. You'd have to create like a rib nut location.
Yep.
and then,
Just get it in there.
yeah, and then I'm gonna
just
drop
really
it. I
line
have
up.
the hatch. I'm gonna drop it off to you tomorrow. And I mean that's really about it. Barely any work.
Yeah. No. You know, simple. A couple days. You know, in and out.
Yeah. So I told them, I'm like, this will take 5 to 6 weeks, and that's like fast, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm telling them this is the last video you guys are gonna see for a while. I think that's pretty accurate. 5 to 6 weeks.
5 to 6 weeks.
Is this the largest like fiberglass project you guys have ever taken on?
Yes.
Big,
Especially with you.
that's a big win right there. Well, I'm glad we can push the limit here. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's
a
gonna
lot
be
of
a
work.
lot of work. At what point do I get a color on this thing?
So how soon do you need a color? Like now?
Depends how crazy of a color you are gonna go with.
True. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this.
Because you know the dilemma.
I'm either
from the
thinking about
S14.
I'm either thinking about doing this the classic orange and black from the movie,
Okay.
but I'm like really torn of what to do. I actually have someone doing renders right now for different colors.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
I can kind of like speed the process up, but I don't know. We're gonna try to do like at least 1 to 2 update videos. I want to try to come here and film throughout the month that it's here to kind of grab like a compilation for you guys. So, you know, because I know there's a lot of people who still want to see the bodywork, you still want to see the process of it. And what's really cool is because Patrick is so close to where our shop is, we can come here once, twice, 3 times a week, stack some clips and release you know, part 6 of it actually like, getting bodyworked and getting sprayed before we actually take delivery of the car. So we'll definitely try and do that. Big shout out to Patrick taking this project on. When I first met him like years ago, he was like, I hate fiberglass, never give me fiberglass. Here we are years later, the world's most,
Honda S2000 bumper.
yes, the most
We pulled the clip. We pulled the clip.
the most complex kit ever. So I don't know I feel like I'm like saying goodbye for a little bit. Good luck. I don't know.
Good luck would be a huge one on this one.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's not goodbye yet.
Not goodbye yet. It's
Not goodbye yet. Yeah.
so. For those who remember or didn't see, last time we were at Florida, we were visiting the LZ boys. We went to the LZ Invitational. Kendall, if you can enter in the clip of Chelsea DeNofa just ramming me in midair. So I actually dropped it off like a month ago and I was like, can you just make this thing look brand new again? Pat was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, get new bumpers, new fronts, get new doors, make it look pristine. So here's a little update on the car.
We kept the metal. We didn't cut anything. We kept the original metal for you.
Wow.
We pulled it out on the frame machine, we strained it, and now we're just doing the finishing touches for primer here.
This thing was so crumpled, it was like shocking. It was absolutely shocking. So really cool to see that this is kind of all put back together. Wow.
Yeah, we cut the bumper too, the brand new bumper. Dude, cut this side.
Oh yeah, this is where we had the fiberglass replacement. Do we need another one of those?
You don't need another one.
Oh, okay.
That's why we did all that.
What for this side?
Oh, no, this side's fine.
This side we can still use fiberglass?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay,
It's
sweet.
saved somewhere.
Yeah.
But he definitely did that work
Oh, yeah.
for you. So
Yeah,
this
that
brand
was
new
also
door
good.
is going to fit better for you.
Oh, here's the brand new door we got.
Yeah, this is the brand new door.
Yeah.
And then...
So, okay, this is how my mind works, and sometimes this is why I hate myself. At this point, like, we're respraying the front, the door, the rears.
Oh, no, don't go there.
At this point, it wouldn't even be that much more just to change the color of the car.
There we go.
Right? Right? Like, if we wanted to change the color of the car, like, this would be the point.
Now's the opportunity, because technically we should be blending on this. Yeah, you're going to be painting this side, that, and then...
It's like what, like another like 2-3 weeks worth of work?
It's about 4 panels you're not painting.
Maybe I know what color we would do. I already have it picked
You already
out.
have the color?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a first. Do you actually have a color picked out?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to text that color to me later.
Dude,
I'm gonna hold you to that
that'd
color
be
too.
sick just to do a full color change on it now.
Yeah, it's already...
Well, it'll be surprised when we reveal the car again, but whether we do the color or not, this thing's gonna look brand new. It's gonna look super good. So really cool to get an update on this. I haven't seen it in a while. We've been so busy, so I literally like forgot I was here. Epic, sweet. It looks really good.
Yeah, came out really nice actually. Yeah, that metal work is pretty good. Yeah.
Wow.
It looks clean.
Okay, so Patrick is showing me an example they're doing on throttles R32. Essentially the same problem. Their rear wide body fenders are so large and away from the gas cap that it's hard to fit a pump through like the hole that's given. So a solution that Throttle has used, I know Mickey's one who does it a lot, is you get like the Sparco gas cap, which essentially will be fitted on the outside of the car. So when you open it up, it like, I mean, you can explain it, Pat.
So pretty much instead of going all the way through here, this is gonna be all glassed in, all nice, fitted to it. And then this is gonna seat right in there. We're also gonna glass this in so it looks like it's factory and it's not just bolted onto the panel. This way it's really clean looking, it's gonna look really professional. And it eliminates the hole that you guys have from the outside and the wide bodies into the actual gas can.
That's super rad.
Yeah. So we just gotta fiberglass it and it's good to go. That is actually sticky with fiberglass.
Now it's all under.
Yeah, now it's all in there.
These are the new Blitz 03s that were built by 3-Piece US. They've been building so many wheels for us. These are 2 massive sets. Now, on the Veilside, it's pretty common for people to go 20s all around on the Veilside, but I decided to go a little bit different. So what we did is we used a 17 face and an 18 face. So we're running a 18 in the front and we're running a 19 in the rear. I think the fronts are 11 inches wide. The rears are 12 inches wide. They are super cool, super dope. Honestly, one of the biggest wheels I think I've ever ran.
Such a deep wheel.
So we're gonna drive over to Toy Pines Collision, get the update on the car, and test with these wheels and see how they fit, because I don't want to order my tires without knowing how close they are to actually fitting on the kit, because this was all done by math, and we just want to make sure we know what they look like before we order tires. Here we are again with the RX-7, and I actually already started putting on the rear wheel. I got antsy and didn't show you guys that, but before I get to that wheel and we start talking about fitment and how it looks, I want to give a walk around of the car, and I have Patrick here with me to talk about it, because you're gonna hear him say in this video this thing is not the most fun kit to fit on the whole entire car, and you can see there's a bunch of things that have been altered, and there's a bunch of notes throughout the car of things that they have fixed and things that they still need to fix before it goes in. But where we are right now, how much longer do you think it actually gets primered and we actually get paint on the car?
Couple weeks. The primer part's gonna be the easiest part. Sanding it down is gonna be really easy. We just have a couple fitment issues left here, and then that's about it. We are getting towards the finish line.
So starting from, let's start here on this door.
The doors.
What is all this like gray here for?
This gray is here because we had to custom shave both sides of these panels, because these panels were in a garage, you just told me, in Texas. So they are pretty warped. When you dropped it off, it rubbed on both sides. When you opened it, it rubbed on the inside of the door and the front with the fender.
Right.
All that has been customized to fit we left this door for you to actually show you how it rubbed as well.
So this right door hasn't been fitted yet, but when you open it, you'll
The
be able to...
back side has been fitted. The front
the back side's been
back
fitted.
side has been fitted. The lines are nice. And then now the rub right there.
Oh, you can see it's already like
It's
picking up
rubbing
some
out
of the fiberglass.
and it's actually 10 times worse, but because the car is actually up, it's flexing a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So just tons
we're
of
dealing
drama.
with those two issues, so we had to custom glass both of those in there. We deleted your reflectors for you.
Yeah, there was typically like a reflector right here that you're supposed to run, but I was like, just fill it, shave it, let's leave it. I don't even want anything there, so it's cool to see that's been filled up.
These taillights did not want to fit in this kit, so we actually made custom brackets on the backside to where if anything happens, you could actually take it apart and remove the taillight as well. This Grand Canyon size gap is now closing.
Yes.
Because
And it is still, like you can see there's a gap, but this was like almost like 2 fingers of a gap. How did you guys bring this hatch back, or did you fill it?
we didn't bring the hatch back. We actually heated the rear bumper up, and then we made a couple brackets here, and then we are gonna 3D print you 3 brackets as well to close up the edges here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really an issue of the hatch being short, but of the bumper sagging, and we needed to like pick it up and push it
There
forward.
is zero support from here to here. Just nothing on the inside.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Usually there'll be some kind of support.
So I thought I would go ahead and do this a little differently than normal. When I went there, it's just so loud and there's so many people working in there, it was hard to get the audio up. So I'm just gonna do this voiceover. So we got there and we caught them right as they were finishing up the last little bodywork of the car. I got to see the car with the actual, like all the body pieces of the Veilside off. Here is the guy who's painting the car. He's cleaning out his gun. I went and saw the mixture. Ooh, it looks so good. Right here, he's actually adding a different element than what I do with my normal cars in the past. We're adding some flake to it to get some like actual shimmer, which is gonna be kind of a risk, I think, but I'm excited about it. In this clip, we're actually throwing down the color. There might be a different couple shades you'll see throughout these clips, and that's just because some of it is sealant and some of it is the actual color of the car going down. So this is actually the color of the car going down, and I will admit we are going two-tone on this car, obviously. Some people don't do two-tone, but we obviously are going to be doing two-tone. The color is a mystery though. So this is the color of the car. It looks phenomenal. Then I came back the next day and got to see those pieces for the first time myself, and there's actually some audio of me actually seeing it, and I'm pretty happy. Because doesn't this something come up here?
Yeah, and I thought this was just like a, I didn't know it was a whole fender.
That is incredible. I'm so happy with this color. I think I can only get the flake in this over here. Wow. Oh yeah, I see it now. Following day, the rest of the pieces went in. Now this took 3 days to paint the car and all the pieces just because there's so much. I was pretty hyped to be in there. Normally I don't film this process, so I was pretty excited to be in the booth, kind of giving you guys a different look, really trying to bring you guys a different element to this. The right here going down is obviously you see the white of the kit, so this is the sealant going down. So the sealant is like a black undertone-ish, so obviously it's given away through that. So that kind of maybe might lead you here or there, but really exciting. Putting down the car. Here's some raw clips of the car getting sprayed. I think it's pretty cool to see the color all go down like this. All right, well, that is it. The car is sprayed, and we're gonna revisit this car once everything is cured and we can reassemble it. I don't know when I'm gonna spoil the color to you guys yet, so leave some comments down below. What color do you think this is? Think long and hard. Some of the OGs might be able to pick up on this. Let's hear it down below. have been waiting to show you guys the Veilside for months now, and I apologize it took so long, but we had so many different directions. I changed the paint color on this like 3 separate times, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my gosh, it's British Racing Green. TJ's gonna sell it. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not selling it. It's mine, baby. This is going nowhere. I can't even tell you how much this car means to me, but I will say I was originally building this car to give it away. I will admit that on camera. During the process of making it and seeing it come together, I was just like, dude, there's no way this car can leave. I don't know if we caught it when it was outside. It was a little dusty. It hasn't gotten cleaned and dusted down from Meguiar's yet, but this car is a different British Racing Green combination. I've done every single British Racing Green car just a little bit different. This one's actually a little bit more brighter, and it's covered in gold flake. Hopefully we got to mimic those shots outside so you get a real reference of it. This car came out great. Fitment came out great. You guys think I have terrible fitment? Why don't you go look at those wheels, boy?
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I want to give a big thank you and shout out to 3Piece US. They built these wheels for us a long time ago. We have a 17 front face step lip to 18 in the front, and we have an 18 face step lip to 19 in the rear, giving us that perfection fitment. Now, this particular spot, if you watch all the SEMA vlogs, might look a little bit different. You know, we're not really inside of a hall right now. If you take a look around, we're actually right next to the SEMA show stage. This place is known as SEMA Central. It is the highest foot traffic area in all of the show. So I am honored to be here. We are actually working with SEMA for the first time, and we have a bunch of really cool stuff coming out, not even to talk about our collaboration Hunt & Company X SEMA collab, which is going to be available this week, but we have the main stage. This is the #1 spot in all of SEMA. It's truly an honor to be here. I've been coming to the show for 8 years. I used to get into the show in ways that I'm not proud to admit, and to be where we are today, I really hope that some of you guys that have been watching from the beginning can see that transitional growth from where we started to where we are now. Anything's possible, baby. Even being on the center stage at SEMA Central with a Veilside Rx-7. I want to give a little walk around with the Veilside. It's been a while since you guys have seen it. And like I said, I changed the paint color a million times. I was originally going to paint this a classic orange and black that, you know, a lot of people expected. But when I did a poll on Instagram, or I think it was on YouTube, a lot of you guys did not want me to paint this orange black just because there's already like 20 different orange and black Veilsides that exist. So of course, I did my own spin on it, and I'm so happy with how it came out. Now this paint work came out amazing, and not only a week and a half ago did Meguiar's come and make a house call while we were in Japan. Now I had some footage recorded from that day because I had to do a paint correction and get this thing up to snuff. This is what happened.
Hey everybody, Michael Stoops, the Senior Global Product and Training Specialist with Meguiar's here down at TJ Hunt Shop. TJ's got this JDM RX-7 with a full Veilside body kit on it that he wanted us to come down and get prepped up because it got painted in this really pretty amazing green and black two-tone paint job. It's going to be revealed at SEMA in just, what, that's like 2 weeks away, right guys? Yeah, they're busy doing stuff over there. So in a couple of weeks, this is going to be revealed at SEMA. It's a really sweet car. He wanted us to come down and kind of put the Meguiar's love and touch to it. So we hit it with some of our M101 foam cut compound to really get that paint color popping a little bit more. And then we're following that up with our M210 polish to really maximize the gloss. And then we're gonna add the M27 hybrid ceramic pro sealant to protect it, add some more depth of color, and really pop that gloss to the max before it goes to Vegas.
One thing I really want to highlight that I hope you guys will be proud of me. You guys always bag me for my fitment. Check out my fitment. I want you guys to look at me like a proud, like I'm your son, like you're a proud dad seeing the fitment on this car. This is extremely tight. I mean, look at the detail on that. Came out amazing. I think we screwed up on the RX-7. We added a Veilside kit, painted it BRG with gold flake, added Blitzo 3s, but the car's just boring. It's not fun to drive. It doesn't excite me. And honestly, I don't think I have any way to fix that. We might as well just get rid of it. Oh, a 20B. That should help. What's a 20B, you might ask? Well, it sounds like this. And it looks like this. And a 20B is also known as a 3-rotor because the thing literally has 1, 2, 3 rotors. Now, your standard RX-7 comes with a 13B, which is known as a 2-rotor. Now, the 2-rotor is a 1.3 liter, and they can produce a good amount of horsepower. And my white FD, I have it making about 600 horsepower. But When you add a third rotor, it increases the size to a 2-liter, and these cars are capable of making easy over 1,000 horsepower with a big turbo with minimal amounts of boost. And to do this job as quickly as possible, I brought in a couple experts. These right here are the Vargas brothers. The Vargas brothers have been in the rotary game for 69 years, and I would consider them experts. Now we have all the ingredients for the recipe here. We have a 3-rotor, a big Garrett turbo, enough fueling support to power a SpaceX rocket, and the dream team to do this in just 5 days. A 1,000 horsepower 20B Veilside Rx-7 coming up. This will officially be the last time this car ever starts as a 13B.
This is gonna be its final resting place for the next week.
It's a good place to live, honestly. It's a quick little break. Let's see how fast we can really do this. So we're gonna be attempting to do this 20B build in literally 5 days. And that sounds advantageous. It sounds literally impossible, but hopefully with the help of the Vargas brothers and other expertise and the willpower and desire to have this thing done, we can do it. So the first thing we're gonna do is start off by taking off the front bumper, removing the headlights, being very careful not to damage the $35,000 Veilside body kit, and just start removing everything. Once everything was off and we drained the fluid, we were ready to yank the engine.
That would have failed.
Yeah, we find a failure point already.
Yeah, I think we loosened everything.
Oh my God.
We're good. We're out.
Alright, keep going.
Oh, 13B.
Yeah, for sale.
Now for sale.
Never did a burnout, still good. Never drifted.
It actually hasn't not done a burnout.
It's fact.
That's it. See you in the next episode. Bye. All right. Now with the engine out, I just remembered something traumatic. When we got this car, it was actually a white car. When we painted the car for SEMA, the engine bay was white, but due to time, we weren't able to spray the engine bay. So we just sprayed the engine bay black where the engine wasn't showing everything. So as we were taking stuff out, we were removing stuff, and we're like, oh my God, some of the engine bay is still white in black. We did not add painting in the engine bay into our timeline. Now we need to take everything off of the engine bay to get ready to prep and paint. I didn't know you were a painter. Did you know that you were? That's crazy. You have so many skills.
I think that the hardest part is this harness clips in the inside. So you can't just remove it.
We can't just like pull it everything to the
Yeah,
middle.
we'll have to like hang it off here.
Are we even using this chassis harness with the new?
That's for this headlights.
But like the engine harness,
Yeah.
we'll be able to take everything out.
It's on the motor.
Are we keeping all the ABS stuff?
Yeah, you didn't get a delete kit.
No, you didn't tell me to get an ABS kit.
I can make you one. Yeah, we'll put the catch can right here and get rid of this.
Okay. It's gonna be a long week with late nights.
I'm gonna set that credit card on fire too.
Oh, trust me, we already have. There's a bunch of stuff we didn't have. My credit card's melting right now. The bank's calling me and they're like, are you sure you want to do this? All right, well, now it's time to pull everything off the engine bay and get it ready for paint. We also have a crazy amount of vibrant parts. They're a new partner to the channel. I'm super stoked. We're gonna organize all this stuff, but guys, check this out. We literally made a crazy order for every type of AN fitting, AN line, metal, material, V-bands. So we're gonna be using a lot of their stuff throughout this series, so vibrant. We love you a lot. Ian, say.
I was very, very excited to unpack this.
Ian's back! But not forever.
No.
But he's here for this week. And he's gonna be I'm gonna hype Ian up so heavy right here. Ian is a gangster when it comes to electronics and making harnesses and in every other area. But Ian's gonna be making our whole entire wiring harness for the 20B. So he's here for the week helping us out. We're gonna try and do this in a week.
We're gonna do this in a week.
We're gonna do this in a week. We have the Vargas brothers for literally a week, so.
The stars are aligning. This is the perfect team. We are doing this in a week. Failure is not an option.
You hear that?
Huh?
Failure is not an option. This is gonna be done in a week.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Okay.
If the money's there, we're doing it.
Yeah, late nights. You're sleeping here, right? Yeah. All right, let's push this Veilside out.
Hey dude, you have a really cool split window Corvette.
It's a Stingray, dude. Let me just say, we picked a really good time to start this 20B. Because we have SEMA in 2 weeks. And we still have S650 Mustang to finish. and a certain 1965 fastback with an RB26 swap.
Hey, that's not done yet.
Whoa! Cue Western showdown music. This town ain't big enough for the both of us, punk. We're gonna be using Meguiar's Citrus Power Cleaner Plus. I don't wanna say it's my favorite product from Meguiar's, but it works so damn well. And this engine is disgusting. So I'm gonna start doing this.
Dual wielding? Look at me.
Before we paint the engine bay, we have to clean it. So we decided to attack it with Scotch-Brite and degreaser to really remove all the debris and leftover paint from the previous paint job. We want the paint to come out as clean as possible, so this step is necessary. As we're finishing cleaning the engine bay, I wanna let you guys know that we just dropped a bunch of new stuff on thehuntingcompany.com because we're giving away our BRZ. We just added these acid wash t-shirts in 4 different colors. We also just added 2 hats. We have it in blue and in red. And there's something, my favorite thing we just added, shirt with the skyline on the back. And to top it all off, a brand new pair of shorts. Every $1 you spend will get you 1 entry towards winning the BRZ, and there's only 2 weeks left. What do you got to lose? All right, it's now the next morning and so much has happened. We've been here organizing and getting everything ready, which I'll show you guys in just a second, but we have some steelite going down on the bay, and John and Dylan just got back. What'd you guys buy? Oh, we got metal.
So they wouldn't sell us 2 feet, so we bought 10 feet and they gave us 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
Buy one, get one free.
Whose idea was it to do all this in such a short amount of time? Was that my idea? And we also just overnighted a cabinet for all of our vibrant stuff. It came early this morning. I've been here for a few hours and we just assembled this whole entire thing. So by the end of this episode, we will have a cabinet that is every car guy's dream, because all of our vibrant parts are going to be categorized, and hopefully all of this mess that we have will slowly disappear. But we have literally fittings and ANs and lines and metal for everything. We do so many different projects all the time, and we find ourselves always like last minute overnighting parts and last minute going to send guys out to get parts. And with how quickly we try to operate on a timeline, that's just not efficient. So what we did, I just placed a massive order with Vibrant Performance because we use their products all of the time on the race cars and on the street cars. And that way we have our own store inventory for ourselves. So I'll go through all of this stuff with you guys in just a little bit, but if you've ever done custom fab or made lines yourself, you know how much stuff that we're looking at here. I mean, everything from push-on fittings to AN lines to actual AN fittings, every size of every size. I think we ordered like by 10. So this is just super exciting for me to have all this stuff. And our shop is slowly becoming like a one-stop shop for everything. So I'll check up with you guys in a little bit and show you all the organization Calvin's gonna be doing, but that whole bin will be written out, labeled for everything we could possibly ever need. All right, so we're gonna finish laying paint down in the engine bay. Once that dries up, we're going to get ready to install the 20B subframe, but the 20B inside of the car. And then Ian, at the same time, has to make a whole entire harness for a 20B.
Yep.
In how many days?
Not enough.
Not
but
enough.
We're doing it.
Not enough is the answer.
It's always the answer, and we always do it.
Car's back on the rack. Now it's time to install the new subframe and put in the motor.
We're fast. The only thing we're not fast on is bed, right?
Not together though.
Not together.
Yeah.
What?
Excuse me? So to use the 20B, we have to do a new subframe. Technically, if you were to use the stock subframe, you have to relocate the power steering rack, which we're not gonna be doing. And to fit the oil pan, we're gonna be using this. This is a modified subframe for 20B. Now we're gonna put it back in. Then once this is in, the motor can go in.
And then work your magic.
Did you see that?
It's bent now.
Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan goes belly to belly, missionary.
My belly. Cut that out.
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, actually.
Missed it. There you go. That's it.
That's one.
Mike can't find a hole.
I got 3 kids. I don't know what the you're talking about. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I missed the clutch going on, but now that the clutch is on, we're gonna go ahead, hang this thing, and drop it onto the new subframe.
Yeah, I'll just go slow.
Alright, so this manifold I just got off of Temu. It had a $300 special. Looks okay. I don't know how the fitment is yet, but
So this manifold was made off a jig. I live in Florida, and if it's pretty good, but the front is not done yet because we're gonna make it fit the car, the turbo he has, and the intercooler we're gonna make. So the front's still not done. That's what we're gonna do this week. What we're gonna do tomorrow, and then get the manifold done.
Look, this is what's gonna set it off, TJ.
Wow.
This is the iconic intake for these cars.
that is so
For the
sick.
3-rotor.
Damn, that's sick.
Can you picture it?
I can't
Are you
picture it.
picturing it? Throttle body, sick ass intercooler piping.
How is the turbo gonna sit?
Oh, well, this is I'm cutting this
You're gonna
off.
cut that, and how are you gonna position it?
Depending on how the V-mount is.
I might go down with the pipe and come back up, which I had to do on Mike's car. We put a big turbo on it, or it's just gonna sit about right here.
All right, the turbo we're using is a G42. This is the biggest turbo I've ever had. It used to be the 4088 Garrett that we were using on the 13B, but it's only proper that the 20B gets a much larger turbo.
It's gonna be either
That's
here.
gonna be
That
sick.
is insane.
We'll cut the hood. That hood is alright.
Yeah, we'll just cut the hood in half.
Wastegate out the hood.
Easy to get.
This,
It's the world's biggest core.
Look at that.
but it's gonna go.
Check back tomorrow's video to see if that actually gets done in 2 days. Lot of imaginary work happening right now, boys. But you can kind of get a general idea of what this is going to look like. Quite a bit different than the 13B. I'm very, very happy with it. Mike was trying to get me to do like a green one and a red one and a yellow one and an orange one and a multicolor intake manifold.
Pink manifold.
Yeah, I said no thanks. What am I call that?
Colette spec.
Colette spec?
It was a pink manifold though.
It was. It originally was a pink manifold. We had everything powder coated. But I wanted everything just to be black. Just make it clean and simple. Leave the rotors silver and call it a day. So similar setup. Intake manifold, turbo manifold, and then this.
They came out of your pocket.
Don't worry about that. Oh, we actually did use a really big core on this one too. This is what a real rotary looks like.
Nah, the coolest thing about this car is the hood right here.
Damn right it is, that 300 hood. That'd be sick to put it on this car. We thought about it.
Damn.
What this does at high boost, that's gonna do at 10 pounds of boost.
Yeah.
Which is like super low boost.
Wow.
That's the difference between the two motors.
How many pounds on that car?
10 pounds will be making 5,600. And this is gonna probably like a 20 something is making 5.
Yeah.
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 So
I like 23, 24.
yeah, that extra
Touch
motor,
6.
that's a lot. And the torque is like huge difference.
Yeah, I'm really excited to drive this and that back to back and see the difference. It's gonna be twice the power.
I'm driving that, you're driving this.
Nah, you're driving the push bike outside.
Still faster than this.
I told you guys I would give you an updated look at this cabinet when we were done organizing it, and I think we're done for today. So I'm gonna give you guys the quick little tour. This is so beautiful. We have everything organized based on each category.
I'm the light guy.
Oh, okay. You're the
From
light
the
guy.
camera
You're the light guy.
Yeah.
We have everything exhaust related and wastegate related on this side. So you have your V-bands, you have some bends, you have downpipe material, wastegate material, and then we have all of our turbos. So you have turbo elbows, you have some HD clamps, you have your couplers, O2 bungs, and then we have every type of hose from stainless all the way to rubber, and we have all of our potential fittings. So again, if you want push on, if you want stuff for fueling, so we never need to run to the store ever again. All of this stuff is so incredibly necessary for everything that we do, as well as all the leftover metal up there. I'm sure we're gonna add to this whole entire cabinet as we continue to build stuff, and we're like, hey, we actually really use this a lot, but this is the things that we have found that we use the most from Vibrant, and I'm super stoked to have this stuff in-house, so we never have to do those last minute, overnight, hopefully they have it in stock type orders, because those suck.
We're pretty much mocking up the intercooler right now. We have to center it side to side. That way the end tanks are symmetrical, pretty much. So John already made the bracket right here. Custom.
Damn, John, did you do that off of CNC?
Yeah, man. We have one back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so custom. So right now, once we figure out the center, we'll mark it, tack it, and that will be the first mount for the intercooler.
So now that we have the bracket on, we're gonna mock up the intercooler again, make sure it's centered, and weld it on. Alright, so we're gonna mock it up, see how it fits. Dude, I put it backwards.
I heard sometimes you've made them crooked.
Yeah, but it's the cars that bent, not me.
You know how many times I've done this?
Ready?
Is that gonna, oh god,
Ooh,
that is
okay, let me
so
hold
heavy.
it. Let me hold it, yeah. There you go. But like that, something like that.
Yeah. That's a lot of weight on this.
Yeah, we got bust out the level though. I saw this guy on YouTube bust out a level on John's intercooler one time.
Yeah, but this car was bent.
Video 1, old motor out, engine bay sprayed, new motor in, and mocking up everything. Because from this point forward, it's going to be nearly 90% fabrication, 90% wiring too. That didn't really make sense, but it's all wiring and fabrication. This is generally what we're going to be looking for. Turbo sitting somewhat here, V-mount top to be sitting here, and then do obviously the bottom side. Oh my God.
And intercooler piping,
Downpipe.
HD clamps. It's gonna look sick.
A lot to go. Okay, John, you're good, John. Like a 40-pound turbo. The Vargas brothers got started on this last night, and they filmed a healthy amount of footage, so let's get to the Vargas cam. This is the OEM water pump, and unfortunately, it won't fit with our Garrett 42mm turbo. So we need to modify it and make it shorter, so we can then fabricate around it to make everything fit.
The reason we're doing that is because it opens up a lot more space. Especially since the turbo is gonna go on that side right there.
Before we start welding, we need to heat up the metal to get rid of all the impurities that can happen. So we're gonna heat this thing up and get to TIG welding.
All right, now we're going home.
We didn't install it like that, no. That's an expensive water pump housing.
Because this car is from 1993, most of the OEM stuff is pretty trashed. So we've cleaned everything up and laid down a fresh layer of paint so it all looks good when it's in the bay.
So as you can see, way cleaner. This is what the throttle body also looks like, super dirty compared to this. So we're gonna spray the throttle body with the same exact thing and take off the TPS and the IAC before we do so.
The throttle body is no different and it's grimy, so we're also gonna clean this up. And as we start fabricating on the inside of the engine bay, we still have a few things we need to remove.
Pretty much these brackets need to be removed, so we're gonna have to like touch this up again, but here you got this one out.
Yeah, I'm saying it down, but I gotta cover the manifold.
Yeah, so it comes in the way of the manifold and the wastegate, so these have to go out. Water pump's done, so I'm gonna start painting this one also. We should be able to put the water pump on, the alternator on, and the throttle body on tonight and have it looking like a car again. All right, so we got the throttle body on. John's already wrapped up with the water pump, so I can go ahead and paint this, and that should be it for tonight.
As you can see, lots going down this morning. A lot of overnighted parts have shown up. Today's main objective with this, if you didn't catch the first episode, we dropped the 13B, put in the 20B, mounted up all of our intake manifolds, mounted up our turbo manifold, and today we're really gonna be focusing on fabrication.
All right, so this morning we're working the intercooler, so I'm making end tanks, gonna transfer this to aluminum, and then weld it on.
Wait, hold on. What's that shirt? Damn, you look good.
Yeah, there you go.
You look real good.
So today I'm doing the fabrication. So right now I'm doing the intercooler, just fabbing up the end tanks, transfer this to aluminum, weld it, and we have all the fittings and flanges to the turbo. We're gonna mount the turbo today, do the intercooler piping, and hopefully a downpipe one day.
Damn, it's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, man, we worked it late.
So John is making what's known as the end tanks. The end tanks are two cavities on either side of the intercooler that allow for charge piping to be connected. This is what's responsible for having air go through the intercooler, cool it down, and go back into the system. This is 100% necessary, and usually on applications like this, has to all be done custom because the V-mount is not something you could just order as a bolt-on kit. It's 100% fabrication, which makes this super unique and that much cooler. And once he finishes this, all we have to do is mock it on the car and we can continue.
As you guys can see, we did a lot of work last night. So alternator, intake, water pump, all that stuff's taken care of. So today we're gonna install the Saki Bomb oil coolers. Supply brackets, oil coolers, thermostat, the oil lines, pretty much everything to get this as simple as it can go.
And I also want to give a shout out to Saki Bomb Garage because one, we've ordered a lot of stuff from them over the past because they make so many great RX-7 parts that are like proprietary for RX-7s. But these coolers are really rad because one, they're dual coolers. They're much larger than normal, but the thermostat housing is integrated to the actual cooler itself, which is super unique. I've never seen anything like that before.
Modular. So you get to, depending on the size of the oil cooler, you change the center flute. It's an integrated thermostat. Instead of having it relocated somewhere else in the engine bay, it's actually on top of the oil cooler. So it makes it way cleaner.
That's sick. That is super rad. Have you used a lot of these in the past?
Yeah, I've used them a lot. Usually when you have thermostat relocated somewhere else in the engine bay, it's bulky, lines are in the way, and this keeps everything nice and tidy. Everything's compact right here.
With the Bridgeport, everything shakes, and they have came loose. In the past, I thought they did that now. So
Yeah. It doesn't rattle or come loose. This is solid to the car, so it's way better design.
Yeah. I also cannot forget Ian. Ian is like, I don't know if you're our star wide receiver or our quarterback, but this whole entire build cannot happen without Ian's brain. Ian is going to be making the wiring harness, and he's going to be getting most of his work done today, or starting most of his work today, because now that the engine is actually in the car, he can start getting his lengths and start getting all the pinouts and provisions and all the stuff to make the engine communicate with the new Haltech ECU.
Exactly. You nailed it. I don't even know why I'm here some days.
You know, Ian.
Take it over.
Yeah, let me start.
Yeah. So you just like, you figure out the lengths, and then we know what pinouts on each side.
Wiring is no joke, and it takes a very long time to do it. But Ian's gonna do everything in his power to get this done as quickly as possible. So you're gonna see him coming in and out of this video, taking measurements, jotting things down that I don't even know what they mean, because we can't start a car without a harness. When it comes to a rotary, not only do you need a big turbo and 3 rotors to make a decent amount of power here, but you also need a ton of fueling. That's why we are using all of Radium parts on this car. We've been using them on all of our race cars, on literally everything, and they are a huge player in this. So we're gonna be using a Radium drop-in tank, which is honestly one of my favorite things ever.
Has 2 pumps on the inside, 1 pump on the outside feeding in.
So this is like a surge tank.
It's an in-tank surge tank.
Yeah.
Exactly. That way you don't have it in the cabin or anything like that. Usually when you have surge tanks outside the gas tank, you need a firewall, and it just makes things complicated. So this will be easily support 1,000 horsepower, no problem.
Big fuel filters, mounts.
So this is the mount. It's got cooling fins on it to help with cooling on the filter itself also. And then it comes with these lines pre-made. That way it makes it a little bit easier.
Oh,
for
that's
installation.
sick. Wow.
So from the tank to the filter, it comes with these lines.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Radium is that it comes with everything. Whenever you order something from them, you can spec it with a certain pump size. It comes with every line, every fitting, everything you would need.
The banjo style.
It's just like the highest quality stuff when it comes to fueling. And they not only make stuff for OEM streetcar applications, but things for your race car. Like literally, in the race car, they have race car parts, and they also have streetcar stuff. They're simply the best. What makes these Radium drop-in hangers so great is that you can choose whatever pump size you want and scale to as many as you want, assemble it, and then you can put it back into the car through the OEM stock gas tank. This is such an amazing product that we run on every single one of the cars, and as you can see, it's really that simple. And our oil coolers look sick. Saki Bomb oil coolers, dual. I'm scared about that fitting over the Veilside bumper. I don't know about you, but I knew from the very beginning, they actually had a larger option. They have like a 26 row and like a 21 row, or maybe it was a 19 and a 25. I don't know, but we went for the smallest row option. It looks huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should fit.
Yeah.
Let's just say the Veilside kit's not built for functionality. So, ooh, another new part.
Yeah. This is the chase-based brake booster elite. There's a dual piston one, a new one, and we're gonna put it on your car.
Damn, that looks actually super sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's for the rear, adjust the proportioning. This is for the clutch right
Dude,
here.
I need this so bad for my white car. My white FD locks up the front all the time.
Oh yeah, you got rid of that.
All of the time.
It makes it cool because everything's like right there. So it comes with the lines already pre-made, so it's just like as bolt on as it can get.
Yeah, so we're changing this, and we also changed the clutch also.
Yeah.
So it has a nice clutch.
Oh wow.
A big bore.
It's
color.
everything.
Yeah.
So it goes right here. So it comes with its own mount right there. So somewhere over there.
And in doing this, we can delete the whole ABS system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much instead of having a big brake booster, now it's just this, and we have a lot more room for catch can or whatever we want to do.
I 100% need to add that to my white one.
And it comes with
clutch line and brake lines.
Oh, okay.
This is my question.
I always see people run this.
Yeah.
Is it because it's supposed to sweat or leak? What's up with the
Yeah,
wristbands?
if they leak, it just soaks up that shit.
Okay, I've never had a car
Well,
that's
that's what
done
the
that.
that's what the clutch line. Put it the right way. You put it backwards.
No homo.
Oh. What's crazy is that's what these are meant for.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
You're too young if you just said really.
Oh my god. I don't fucking know.
How old are you?
I'd make fun of you if you had that on. Come on.
I know, but in like
The 90s or 80s? I don't know.
Not that old.
You'd be like at the gym and you'd be like, oh. Yeah, sweatband.
Whoa, wait, you already mounted that?
Yeah, man. Oh, it's tacked on. Tacked up. So now I get an
So
idea
where's that gonna go? How is
That's gonna get cut off, and it's gonna come this way.
literally just dumped right in?
That's where the
Well,
donut comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna eat that.
No, no.
Oh.
So V-mounts are really hard to do on 3-rotor FDs.
So a lot of people do front mount.
Yeah, they do front mount.
Why didn't we do front mount?
Because we're cooler.
Because you asked for a V-mount.
You're damn right I did.
Oh wow, that looks
Yeah, so
sick.
next up is I gotta
Dude.
cut the tanks and then I start to fabricate for the wastegate down here.
Originally, I used to think the 3-rotor was small. Now I think it's huge.
No,
It's well, it's yeah, it looks massive. The engine bay filled up super quickly. Like compared to the white FD, this one's like huge.
If I were to do the mount car, I would change the transmission because you see how much gap
Yeah.
you have, so we'll push the engine back.
And that's a whole other thing that some of you that are in the rotary community might be like, we noticed you're using the same 5-speed. I have gone through 3 transmissions in my white one at like 500, 600 horsepower. So third gear shears very, very quickly. So we're just gonna be very careful.
Hopefully don't bring in a dyno.
I remember when we were That's a scary thought. I remember when we were like specking this out, you were like, you want to do CDO9 or keep the 5-speed?
So the question is, if we were to change to a CDO9, the motor mounts are already made. So you
No,
can't,
the
like, shift
CDO9
back.
would be dropping.
Yeah, same place.
Really?
The difference why moving it back would be better because you get the weight behind the rack.
Yeah.
But
that's like custom subframes. It's like this is the way to do it.
What do you think the weight distribution is with? Do you think it's like 60-40? Or do you think it's like 70-30?
70, I think 70.
No, I think it'll be fine because it's got so much more fiberglass and Bondo on the
Yeah,
back.
so much yeah, because fiberglass weighs so much. Well, that looks sick. The FD comes with such an ugly ABS system, and Chase Bays has a solution. Once you get to installing this, it just requires a little bit of trimming, but you can remove the old brake lines, install the reservoir systems, and then install the new supplied lines to get this job done. It just makes the engine bay look so much cleaner, and I wish I would have done this on my white one, and now after doing it on the Veilside, I definitely need to do it to the white one. All right, the ABS delete is all said and done, and I need this on my other car. This is sick. Cleans a lot of it up, and honestly, this aesthetically looks a lot better. And I love that you actually have a brake bias because I have a huge problem with that in my white one. To the point of where like whenever I take it on back roads, I'm like scared to drive it because I just lock up the fronts all the time. So that is dialed up, looks super good, and the lines look super good too.
Yeah.
So now that the end tank is done, the next thing John's gonna start working on is all of the charge piping, and we're gonna work on the compression tube off the 20B. Now, this is from a 20B. We're going to be modifying it. The reason why we're gonna be modifying it is because when we put it actually onto the throttle body, Twan, if you get low to the hood, look to the fender, look down. See that? That's gonna hit our hood.
Yeah.
And as much as we thought about chopping this hood up and doing like a wastegate dump out the top, and we don't want to do that. So John's gonna cut this 4 inches off of the throttle body, and we're going to modify that for our charge piping. But I want to give a little shout out to a special someone in Southern California in the rotary world, not Rob Dom, Kyle Mohan. Shout out to Kyle for being one of the only guys in FD. Pretty sure he's the only person in FD running a rotary engine. In the US and in Japan. Don't quote me on the Japan part, but this is actually from Kyle. Kyle knew that we were building this car, and we told him we didn't have this, and he's like, I got one for when I need it, but I'll give it to you guys. So shout out to you, Kyle. We're gonna cut it up now.
Just like that.
Cake. Now I just gotta put this on the throttle body, adjust a little bit down, fill it with weld the whole thing through, come out here, port it, so we have no restriction, and we're done.
The next step is starting to make the downpipe. Now the downpipe for this car is huge. So John's gonna start with tacking all the pie cuts to assemble it. So then once it's made, we can test fit it in the car and verify it's good. And then later on, we'll finish welding the whole entire downpipe.
So we have to run the exhaust away to the front of the car. It fits though. As long as it looks, it actually fits. And I put the bell on the bottom so you're able to move it a little bit.
Well, that's the vibrant bend.
Yeah, man.
All right, I wanna see you slip it in.
That is huge.
Yeah, you might put some Vaseline on this to go in. Wash the paint.
Damn! How's it look down there, Mike?
Perfect.
You heard that?
And that will bolt up to the pre-existing exhaust that was there.
Titanium mid pipe.
It's all the way through it.
The
Damn.
last step is putting the O2 bung. So I have to ask Ian where he's gonna put the sensor at, so I can put the bung where he puts the sensor at.
Yeah, and then just that to there.
Yeah, this little thing.
That's gonna be an interesting one.
That one was easy. This one, we'll figure it out. Still got time.
For this RX-7, we're using everything Haltech. We're using Haltech sensors, a Haltech ECU, and we're gonna be using their IC7 dash display. In my race car, I use their 10-inch version, and it's amazing because rather than having to run auxiliary gauges, you can have all the information from your ECU go to your dash and everything's visible. So for this car, I got their IC7. Now, same thing follows for this car. I'm not a fan of gauges and all these boost gauges and coolant pressure and coolant temps and oil temps. I hate that stuff in street cars. So, I got the IC7 for this car, and I was able to order a custom dash unit that is cut out for the IC7. So, when this goes in the car, we'll be able to see everything that we want to know about this car. All the information utilized from the Haltech ECU will display through here. So if it's gonna blow up, we know. And then I can call the Vargas brothers and say, my shit blew up, help! This is gonna be sick, so let's get this installed.
Alright, so for this part, we already installed the dash, we installed the hood cover, and everything is pretty much in where it's supposed to go, and even the USB cable to tune, because you can tune this out. So now the next part is, we have to wire the handbrake, the parking lights, the left turn, the right turn, and the high beam, and the fuel level. All those are integrated into the IC7, because whenever you use the turn signal, it will display a light for left turn, right turn, high beams, low beams, especially for when you're night driving, it will dim the display for you. So I have to tap into the OEM harness right here and figure out which one's left, right, high beams, low beams, handbrake, and fuel level. All right, so the screen's installed. Everything's done. This is for cruise control. This car does not have cruise control, so that's just a delete right there. Wire to communicate with the dash, and this is for the retractor, so everything's on there. Working, came out clean. Did not break the cover up top. You're welcome, TJ. But super clean install.
Basically, this thing is 2 machine parts that you weld together, and once you weld them together, you have a limited amount of cuts you can make. Super tight radius, you can do stuff like this. The plan is to weld this first. While it's cooling down, come back over here. We kind of have an idea how to do this already. We're just gonna angle the intercooler more down in this corner, give us more space, and then put the clamp right here. So we don't have that much space. I think with the donut, we're gonna be able to make this cut happen.
Yeah,
hopefully.
from this angle, looks like plenty of space.
And after that, it's caping. I already did the filler neck already. I'm waiting on the filler flange to put a flange right here for it, but that's how much space we don't have on this car that I literally had to get the filler neck completely out of the way.
As far as this build, once we finish this end tank, we just got to do a couple radiator lines, mount the radiator, and we have a whole day to do that while we wait for the engine harness. So fuel lines are done, coils are mounted, the intercooler piping's done over here, it just needs final welding. The downpipe is all tacked up and it just needs final welding. Brake, clutch, wastegate, dump tube, pretty much everything is pretty complete. So we have a whole day to wrap up this car tomorrow. So we're just gonna give it this last little bit of push and get the hardest part of this build, which was gonna be this end tank done.
While the Vargas brothers are finishing up some fabrication, Dylan's been on the other side of the shop modifying the front bumper to get everything to fit with our new engine setup.
Here we have a beautiful, hard to find Veilside front bumper that needs to be trimmed here and here to clear our Saki Bomb oil coolers. Calvin did a little bit of trimming earlier. I'm just gonna finish it up. So here's a little time lapse of me cutting up a hardly replaceable bumper.
So essentially both these scoops off the front bumper went in a little too deep and they were making contact with our oil coolers. So all we had to do is take about 3/4 inches off of these scoops so we can allow room for the new oil coolers and everything will fit like butter.
So we have this intake charge pipe elbow to the throttle body that John welded up. Because the Veilside hood, it drops down quite a bit more than the factory. So we had to lower and rotate this down, which means you had to fill a bunch of this stuff in. It just is what it is to make it work with the car. So I'm gonna do my best to smooth out the inside so we have some smoother, faster, colder air going in instead of warm, turbulent air that's gonna hit this. So I'm gonna just kind of radius this down a little bit and then make this a little bit prettier so I can kind of blend it to the pipe more. I will leave his beautiful welds here otherwise, and then maybe we can clean it. Maybe I'll have to alumiblast it. We'll see. Here we go.
And Dylan does it again. He is so talented when it comes to doing things like this. He actually made this look a lot better than I thought it was going to. And to top it all off, once he threw down a fresh coat of paint, the thing looks amazing. I'm super stoked with how this came out. Jumping back to the other side of the shop, the Vargas brothers have been hard at work and John went straight away to welding up the donuts. We can utilize that for the turbo bend.
All right, so donuts welded. Super hot still. I don't know if you heard that sizzle.
And now it's time to cross things off the list and do final welds, starting with the charge pipe.
So the welds are done on the charge pipe for the cold side.
I've done better, but I'm just trying to get used to Lincoln welder.
Everything came out good, no issues.
All right.
No boogie welds. Now that the donut is cold, we're gonna move on to the turbo side of the intercooler, which involves a super tight radius bend down.
I'm thinking just so you can get more space.
As long as it doesn't go into the garret, right?
We're gonna put the weld right on the T.
Yeah.
But not on it.
Super tight bend, and we're gonna have one of these clamps on the intercooler. So this side's only gonna get one clamp, not two like this one, just because of the space. So now we're gonna go ahead and take it to the bandsaw and chop off right here.
This is something that John from the very beginning was expressive about how nervous he was for it. There is not a lot of room when it comes to modifying this turbo to fit with the V-mount intercooler. So patience is key. We need this thing to fit perfectly.
All right, so I think remember we're gonna have it like angled. So I think what John's planning on doing is turning this way and then turning down. So we're turning forward and then we're turning down. All right, so it's looking like we're gonna have to we got rid of this plastic piece right here, and this was taking up a lot of space. So this harness, we're actually gonna move down out of the way, and this is gonna fit right here perfectly, not be in the way. So from here, we have to cut another one of these, and this one's gonna be facing down like this towards the intercooler. So these are pretty cool because of how tight you can do the bend. So I think it's really doable, and this side's actually gonna be a little bit easier than we thought. All right, so Ian sent us he's doing the harness, so he sent us the diagram, and we're gonna start from left side to right side, leading, trailing, leading, trailing, leading, trailing. So I'm gonna start running the spark plug wires exactly where they need to go. That way when he brings the harness, we just gotta plug everything in and turn the car on. All right, so the spark plug wires are done. I still gotta separate them, clean them up pretty much, get one of those clips that divide them. But pretty much they're ran to the coils. All that's left on the ignition system is just the harness, which will show up tomorrow. John's working on that corner right here, which is looking like it's gonna end up like this. Feeling pretty good on this end tank over here. Let's tack it on and just keep knocking away at the end tank.
After finishing the donut, it was time to modify that donut to fit onto the turbo elbow to make everything nice and tidy and clean to finish up the rest of the intercooler piping.
All right, so I started running the wires, battery wires from the front all the way to the back. So we have to drill a hole right here in the spare tire area. So we have these rubber grommets and we're gonna have two, one for positive, one for the negative. Both of those wires are getting ran from the back because we're relocating the battery to the back of the car. So first, before we mount the battery, we have to run the wire. All right, so the battery cables are ran. We have the ground right here. We have the positive right here to the starter. Fuel lines, battery, everything ran. And it goes out through this bulkhead right here to the inside of the car. We just gotta hook up a battery to it tomorrow. And pretty much everything underneath the car should be finalized right now. All right, so the bend is fully welded up to this point. We're going a little crazy right now.
No.
A little late, little late. Pretty much that's where it's gonna land. Everything's already tacked up and it doesn't look bad at all whatsoever. Actually, it flows really well. We said this was the biggest part that we were worried about and it fits perfect. So now we just gotta finish the end tanks and the intercooler piping will be done.
And to finish it all off, John went ahead and did the end tank for the other side next to the turbo. And ladies and gentlemen, our fabrication for the piping is complete. The boys stayed super late last night to finish all the fabrication, and it was worth it. The fact that we're 72 hours into this build and the car looks like this is incredible. You never would have thought that on Monday morning there was a stock engine in here with peeling paint everywhere. This looks incredible. It looks so good. Everything down from the throttle body all the way down to the intercooler and then coming down to the turbo and the downpipe, the wastegate. It's incredible. I can't believe this thing is actually real. I'm starting to get a little bit scared of it too. I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, when that white FD is making like 500 horsepower, it's terrifying. Like I don't even want to like drive it hard because I feel like I'm going to die. And the fact that this is just gonna absolutely trump that car is insane. So John killed it. This looks amazing. Still have some things that we're gonna button up before we start it, but we're almost there. Project 20B, almost there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This 20B has been kicking our ass. And it all kind of makes sense. It's one of the biggest reasons as to why rotaries aren't the most popular engine setup out there. They are just so complicated and so much different than your traditional RBs, JZs, LSs, you name it. In the last video, you guys saw us assemble the 20B and finish all the fabrication, all the charge piping, the fueling system, pretty much everything this car needed to actually run. But it's been nearly a week and we're still not there yet. We've had to go throughout the car and refix a whole bunch of things, retighten things down, found fittings that were wrong, anything that you could have accidentally skipped over or forgot to do, what was exactly what happened. Now the Vargas brothers left after we finished that fabrication video, which means we were left on our own to finish up our job, which we were totally willing and capable to do. We've been doing just that. Today, we are finally ready to start this car and have it run on its own so we can finally hear it. We have fixed everything. We are ready to go for a first start. So I'm gonna roll the footage of us cranking this car for the first time without any coolant in the car. So it's just a matter of getting it to crank over one time, make sure everything is good on Ian's harness because everything was made. So much stuff to catch you guys up on, but check it out. While Ian is setting up the ECU, I'm gonna go ahead and fill the car with oil for the first time. And as always, we're gonna be using Valvoline VR1. We're gonna go at 1030. I don't know what the oil capacity of a 20B is. So we're just gonna fill it up and check it after like 4 or 5 quarts of oil. But this is exciting. This is a big moment.
No, that's good with it. It is so sensitive.
We are ready to go for a start.
All right, I'm excited. We don't have coolant in the system yet.
Yes.
We're going to just go to attempt to start it, get it to turn over for a little bit, and then once we know it's good, then we'll turn it off, put on our last bit of hoses, and put coolant in it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's do it. There's still a few things that are disconnected. We don't have the charge piping hooked up yet. We don't have our IAT sensor hooked up yet. This is just to crank it, get it started, kill it, and then we'll put everything back together.
That was satisfying.
Ah!
So
It wanted it.
close.
It wanted it.
So close.
Ian, it wanted it. was almost there. You can't tell behind the camera, but hey, can you guys shut up? Thank you. It smells so good. It reminds me of when I was in New Zealand like 5 years ago when I was hanging out with Mad Mike for that week and I was in his shop with all the rotaries. It smells so good.
I don't think you hung out with Mad Mike.
I did.
Yeah, I don't
Mad Mike.
Insert the clip here.
Really experienced it, so I want you to scare him. I told you, we're besties.
I don't think it's... That was sick. It was almost all worth it.
Let's go. Let's go.
So after that, we checked for leaks, we checked for things that looked a little bit off, and we decided to add coolant in the car. And now we're gonna go for its full start, letting it run and idle. And this is the part that we have all been waiting for. But I'm sad to say there is a pretty big problem with this car, and I'll show you guys the problem once we do the first start and get through all of that stuff, because I think that's why we're all here.
Dylan, what are your thoughts on 20Bs after this past week?
Ask me on Friday, because I really want to like them.
By Friday, you mean 3 days from now?
Yeah,
once
ask me
most
next
of this
week
is all
when
done.
the date is probably the 4th of November. Right now, you know, you always hit a little bit of frustration. I don't know. I like it. They sound so cool. I'm a big rotary fan.
It's just...
But right now, I'm not a big
It's
rotary
just
fan.
so complicated.
There's just a lot of
There's
of
like
lines.
twice the amount of lines,
Yeah.
twice the amount of like ports.
It's like frustrating because like it's so small. It's so small and simple. Like,
And you think like, oh,
this big.
smaller, gonna be less complicated.
Yeah, but there's just so much to do with it and so much to make it work right and all this stuff.
There's a very clear reason as to why these things are like
known as like wizardry in our car world.
They're witchcraft.
And there's so many there's like so many people, but so few little people that this is their craft. And I wanted to say this now because I know there's gonna be comments down below. I'll be like, Cheech, why don't you hit up Rob Dom? Me and Rob have been homies for like almost 10 years now. And I have been talking with Rob throughout this whole entire build. He's been super interested. He was gonna come down while the Vargas brothers were here. The timing just didn't match up, but I'm trying to get Rob to come down later this week once we get this car running, and maybe he can have a hand in the tuning process. But he alone was like, Tej, I want to come down. I just want to see that car. I want to see it. So Rob will hopefully be in one of these videos coming up, if not the next video. Rob has answered a lot of questions for me from different premixer run and everything. So Rob will be involved at some point. At least just to come and see it and to get both of our RX-7s together. So stay tuned for that. It's one of the biggest problems that we were kind of running into is the fact that we didn't have a belt. And getting a belt for this, every store that we needed to have a 29.5-inch belt, like didn't have it. So we actually found a 3-rib belt rather than a 5-rib belt. And it's gonna work for now. The reason why we need a belt is because we need the alternator to keep the car going, and also we need something to pull the water pump. This instance, like I've been kind of telling you guys, this car has just been a struggle. A lot of learning lessons with this car, which is good, but it just sucks because I'm really trying to get a video out for you guys. I don't want to be like over apologetic, but like I wanted to have this video for you guys last week, and we've all been busting our ass to get this video out. So for now, this belt will work. We'll have a new one, the proper one on order. There was just nothing locally that had it.
We have 4 on order.
Yeah, we have so many belts on order. But the fact that that is ready, there also is another like major problem with this engine that I'll tell you guys at the end of this video. That's another issue, but we'll stay to the end of the video. I'll go over everything. But given everything that's off the car, we should have enough to run this car safely, have it get coolant. We can bleed the coolant. We can run the car and get a good bass tune on it for the time being. We were gonna literally run both.
So you're saying I don't have to use these to run the alternator and the water pump anymore?
I'm glad we didn't, because they would have eaten us alive.
For the record, I would have sat here just like this. Well,
Same.
that's the wrong size. But
we're willing to do anything to get this video out for you guys. We wanted to get this out last week, so bear with us here. But we are gonna throw Mike on TeamViewer and have him sit with Ian as he does this, but we're finally ready to let this thing run and hopefully not run into any other issues. All right, belt is on. Let's try to get this thing started. Jeez, that was loud. Oh my God. Higher. We're adjusting the idle. More idle.
There's only like 3 positions to potentially adjust idle, and this one right here is the one I'm gonna go for now, but it'll only adjust the top 2. We thought this was one, doesn't seem like it, so I'm just gonna adjust this to open the throttle blades a little bit more.
You know a rotary starting when that's what you see.
Can't breathe. Yeah, you can't breathe. I'm not crying, it's just a 20 beat. Who started a 20 beat? Who started a 20 beat? Who decided to start building a 20 beat?
Alright, I got a few more into it. I can adjust it.
Making a difference. It's making a difference.
like rotary.
No turbo, that's just running without it. That dude, so this is just like a rough bass tune. The fueling map isn't done yet. We finally got it to a point with the idle set screw where we're getting that Bridgeport idle, but that's no turbo, very rough tune, and that all those revs were just to 4,000.
When it dropped, I went da 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 da.
Dude, I was like, oh, we're gonna shut it down here for a list of reasons, and if you stay to the end of the video, we'll go through it. So. One, there's a few things we still need to fix. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, this isn't the proper belt size. The whole charge piping is assembled. The IATs aren't on. Our wastegate isn't plumbed yet. You know, those are all things that are relatively simple that we can fix pretty quickly. But what we discovered late last night was that when we were running our heater core hose to finish our coolant lines, we noticed there was one barb we're coming off of right on the back here. Now I want to call this a block. Is it considered a block if it's a rotary and not like?
I don't know.
I don't know if it is. So I'm gonna
say end plate.
See that area right there? There's an AND barb right here that we have this heater line on, and beyond the casting there, it keeps sweating. And we were like, is this fitting not tight? We can't tighten. And after a while,
Usually it sweats on the bottom.
yeah, and it's sweating on top.
So the fact that it's sweating on top was pretty alarming, but we, kind of went through it, and then
So there is a crack on the iron. And the only way to fix that is to now strip everything in this area and get nickel rod and weld the crack shut and clean the whole surface.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of the biggest reasons as to why we left all this stuff off, is because we did today's startup and it's very slight tuning just to get it running for you guys so you could hear it, because we're farther than we wanted to be on this video, and I really wanted to push to make it work with this situation. So this car isn't the most ideal representation of the car we're building, but we limped it. We made it work in this situation to run safely and all that stuff, but we're gonna have to spend the next week or so in the midst of all the SEMA stuff. We're gonna have to weld that, fix it, and finish the rest of the car. We still have a couple couplers that are tired, that are leaking, that we need to go and fix. There's a good 30 to 40 hours of work we need to do on this before we can do this all over again when the car is sitting on the ground and we can actually start driving it and start adjusting our maps for driving and boost. Technically, Vargas welders want this to go through a break-in cycle as well. So before we get to peak boost, we're gonna put a tune on it that's very moderate to break it in to whatever that means in the rotary world. I don't know, get the apex seals seated. I don't know rotaries.
don't look at him. Don't look at me.